beautiful night for high school football. We're in Newberry, South Carolina. Mike Fairfield with Newberry hosts Fairfield Central on the Sonic Friday Night Rebels high school football game of the week right now. Good evening, everyone. It's time for the Sonic Friday Night Rebels high school football game of the week. We're in Newberry, South Carolina, with the Fairfield Central Griffins at 3-1. Playing the home state Newberry Bulldogs, undefeated at 4-0 from Mike Fairfield. Welcome in, folks. I am Stacey Hoff, joined by my broadcast partner, Joe Cashley. Joe, Fairfield and Newberry, they consider themselves rivals. They've had a lot of years.
No doubt about that, Stacey. Two schools not too far apart geographically. Both teams coming in hot. As you mentioned, 4-0 Newberry, 3-1 Fairfield Central. Newberry 48 points a game in 4 games. Fairfield, after an opening shutout, that averaged over 40 in their last 3. This ought to have a lot of offensive fireworks.
This will be exciting, Mitch. I'm excited to see all these compliments. Speaking of the talent, let's get right into it. Brought to you by Michael's Characters. Our players to watch. Who are they, Joe?
First of all, for Fairfield Central, as we mentioned, they are 3-1. Trey Walker, senior wide receiver, 15 catches on the season, 237 yards, 1 touchdown. He is all region performing. You see the numbers right there. An offensive showcase for Fairfield Central. Overall, the defensive side of the ball is the defensive lineman. Number 29, Kingston King, is a junior, 20 tackles on the year, 3 tackles for loss, 2 tackles for loss, and he's Fairfield Central defensive tackle. He up to stop tonight. They're up to slow down. It's the very offense. Yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He has offers from Liberty, Appalachian State, West Georgia, and Presbyterian. Jameer Brooks, he is the big-time player for the Bulldogs. And over on the defensive side of the ball, it's all region performer, number 33 senior linebacker, Julian Sid. 91 tackles last year, 15 tackles for loss, 1 sack, and 1 pass. 3 punt blocks, he has an offensive Presbyterian, 1 pass additional, and he will be the Bulldogs defensive receiver.
Locations by the day sleep better tonight and now on BCB and Blue Rock Shield. Keys to the ball game. What are they, Joe?
If you're Fairfield Central, you must protect the ball tonight, sustain drives, and when you sustain points, be disciplined against the option offense of Newberry on defense. For the Bulldogs on the other side, spread the ball around to playmakers, score some points on defense. You want to create some turnovers out of the Fairfield Central offense.
Blue Rock Shield, like keys to the game. Track those as the game goes on. Talent on the field, a rivalry matchup. We're set for what we think is going to be a very exciting one, folks. Fairfield Central and Newberry on the Sonic FM Game of the Week.
The story for this team has yet to be written.
Pick it up. We've never seen anything quite like this.
Arch Manning, what a throw! This is gonna be a war right now.
Saturday on Watch Fox.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Matt Dowell here with Stephen Vicari with Stewart Law Offices. Stephen, how did the partnership with Sonic Friday Night Rivals come about, and why is it so important for you guys to invest in your local community?
Well, we're committed to the community that we live in, work in, and where our kids go to school. And without sounding cliche, investing in this kind of helps us give back a little bit. We think it's important for everyone to come together around sports, particularly high school football, because it brings out the best in everyone.
It certainly does, Stephen. Well, stay tuned, guys, because we got more football on the way.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Welcome in, folks. Time for the FNR High School Football Game of the Week. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin up top. And now time to go down to the field with a third member of our broadcast team, Claire Foley. Claire, what's going on?
Guys, this is a game that these teams tell me folks around here have had circled on their calendar for weeks. Both teams off to great starts to the season, in part thanks to their offenses. Fairfield Central coming in with a 3-1 record. They have a dual quarterback threat that keeps opposing defenses on their toes, while their own defense has had 2 shutouts this season. Meanwhile, Newberry's coming in a perfect 4-0 with an absolutely explosive offense. They've scored nearly 200 points this season, putting up a minimum of 40 every single game so far. So, guys, it'll be interesting to see if these two teams are living in the end zone tonight or if it's the defenses that hold strong.
Thank you very much, Claire. We're excited to see it happen there. That's a great shot of the football here. We're about ready to tee it off and make it happen. We'll look great opportunity. School kickoff coming up right now. For over 100 years, we've been helping students build a better future. We'll look great opportunity school. And Newberry, the home team, in the navy blue, kicking off to Fairfield Central in the white tops. Ball will be fielded right at the goal line. Usually they call that a touchback. He's going to run out. That's Trey. We talked about him in the open. He has room on the right side. 40 across the 30. One man to beat and drag down inside the 15-yard line. That is a beautiful opening kickoff of Fairfield Central. That's how you get it started. Trey Walker.
Watch it right here, Stacy. He takes it at the goal line, and I think you're exactly right. I mean, typically this is counted as a touchback, but not right here as Trey Walker puts a foot in the ground. You see him pick up the blocks downfield. He's getting great blocking ahead of him, almost stumbles and falls there, but he is on his way. He races all the way to the 14-yard line, 86-yard return. What a start for the Griffins.
That is a great start. His foot was in the end zone,
It was.
Joe. That's normally an automatic touchback, but Fairfield Central would take over. Young Caden Diggs and the Fairfield Griffin offense inside the 14-yard line. They start off in the red zone, the Jim Hudson red zone, our first scrimmage play for the game. They're going to shift, and a little too much shiftiness going on there. There's a legal procedure, or maybe it's offside. This could be a pre-snap penalty, Joe. Let's see what they say.
Dead ball, encroachment on the
It
defense.
is on the defense.
5-yard penalty, still first down.
The shifts cause a little agitation and a little nervous energy from the defense, Joe.
Fairfield just kind of moving 2 people in motion right there, which you can do before the snap, and we're going to bring the tight end right to left, and that pulled the defensive end for Newberry off, and so it's a really good start for Fairfield.
Inside the 10 now. The same shift now. They're going to run the play they were about to run. Boy, they have set up to do business right now. First play from scrimmage of the ball game. And it's going to be Caden Diggs. He's the better runner. They'll play 2 quarterbacks sometimes. Diggs, the senior, he's the better runner. He gets to about the 5-yard line. And we'll get you set with the starting lineups of both teams here as we go along. Fairfield Central offense just talked about Diggs, 3, Kenyon Douglas, the running back, Gunn, the fullback, receivers are Shannon, Wilson, Dre Walker, we just talked about. O-line, Swaby, Woodard, Favor, Murphy, and Thomas. Starting lineups brought to you by Stewart Law Offices. Second down and goal to go. In shotgun. Diggs, number 3 on your screen right there. He's going to keep it again. I mentioned he's a better runner. He's going to get down inside. He might have got in. He got in. Caden Diggs strike up the Fairfield Central fight song. The visitors from Winsboro strike first with the SCDC touchdown, Joe. Great job up front.
Well, they brought the jet action in motion right to left, and Diggs kind of faked it. You'll see it right here. They bring the motion through the formation on the jet, fake that, and Diggs just reads his blocks well, takes it off the right side, and Fairfield, what a great start for the Griffins.
Fought through a little would-be tackler right there. Great effort by the senior. Sidney Wilson, the senior kicker, in number 30. And that's dead, solid, perfect. Hands to the sky, 7-0 is your score. We're going to stay right here, Joe. And we didn't even get a chance to introduce Newberry's defense. They got scored on in 2 plays from scrimmage. That's Diggs right there, the touchdown maker, 6 foot, 165. He has Chesterfield roots, Joe, where I'm from. His dad and grandparents and paternal side of his family from Chesterfield. Take a look, Joe.
You see it again this time from the end zone view. Gets a couple of great blocks up front on that right side. And we'll give credit over there to Jermail Murphy, James Thomas. Those guys up front for Fairfield Central. Center Jamari Faber, Marley Swaby, and Antron Woodard. Those guys did the job up there. And it was all set up, Stacy, by that 86-yard kickoff return. The opening kickoff, Dre Walker put him at the 14.
And Fairfield Central on the board first.
You can't ask for a better start to the ball game if you're the Griffins. You can't ask for a worse start if you're the homestanding Newberry Bulldogs, undefeated coming in. And it's almost like they got hit by a Tyson punch immediately. Now they got to get their legs under them and recover. It'll be kicking from the 40-yard line right to left on your screen. The Will Lou, great opportunity to go kick off. Fairfield Central kicking off right to left to Newberry. Newberry trying to respond to the sudden strike here, and it's going to be a short kick. Fielded at about the 14-yard line. Not a lot of room over there. White jerseys everywhere, and a loss. It was fielded at the 14, got up to 19, and retreats to about the 15, so maybe making a return of 1, Joe. And a lot of Griffins on that tackle.
Yeah, Cash Brown thought he had something coming back to this near side right from where we're watching this ball game, but he really had nothing over there. Good containment by the Fairfield Central special teams.
Look at the Newberry offense. It was Kenton Caldwell, a veteran starter there. Abrams, a running back. Dunbar, Crooks, and House. Jamal House Jr., the USC commit. Cash Brown also at wide receiver. Sanders, Sims, Chapman, Whitener, and Lyles, the O-line. Number 19, Jamal House Jr., 6'4", 230, the Gamecock commit out there. They'll go to use him a lot. There's a talented running back right here, too, behind a good line. He has room across the 40, the 50, across the 40. This is going to be a race. Can he be caught? Dragged down. Good tackle by number 6, Brenton Mack. But what a run to start the ball game for Newberry. Ty Abrams, Joe. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
I was thinking of what to say, Stacy. I mean, we've seen 2 massively explosive plays to start. Watch big number 78, Elijah Sanders, get out here. He just paves the way right here on this run, and you watch it right there. Ty Abrams, he takes that ball and goes from the 20 all the way down to the 10-yard line. 70 yards.
It was an MUSC first down, and now keeping it on the second play around the 10. This is going to be a touchdown just like that. Kenton Caldwell, punch, counter punch, strike up. The Newberry Bulldog fights on, and we can barely get in our seats good, and the scoreboard is changing. It's going to be a pinball machine. Light them up type of night for the scoreboard operator, looks like early. Good play, good drive. My goodness, Joe.
I tell you what, Stacy, I bring my score sheets here to try to keep up drive stats and big plays. I'm going to have writer's cramp here by the end of the first quarter. I mean, this has just been a phenomenal start if you like offensive fireworks and big plays and touchdowns.
7-6, extra point pending. Good snap, good hold, and dead solid perfect as well. We're going to step away, hands to the sky, 7s everywhere. We'll be right back with the hot, fast, and furious action here at Mike Ware Stadium in Newberry.
Need better sleep tonight? Michaelis Mattress can get you on the bed of your dreams today. Michaelis Mattress has been helping people across the Midlands find the right bed for the right price for more than 35 years. We care about your quality of sleep, so you can trust us to put you on the best mattress for your specific needs. Get huge savings on popular brands like Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and Tempur-Pedic. Plus, get up to 60-month special financing. From something for the kiddos to something for your master suite, we have you covered with a huge selection. Michaelis Mattress. Buy it today. Sleep better tonight.
Corrections is a team, a group of individuals working together to accomplish a shared goal, striving for correctional excellence to achieve a safer South Carolina, promoting security, demonstrating professionalism, serving with integrity. Corrections is unique. Security, medical, maintenance, food service, diverse positions that make us whole. Working to build something better together. This team is making a difference. Together, this team is making corrections.
Welcome back, folks. If you missed it, we run about 30 seconds of game clock off the clock, or a minute. It's 7-7 Fairfield. Big kickoff return, 2 plays on a touchdown. Newberry, big opening run from scrimmage, and a second play for a touchdown. There's 7s everywhere. And Joe, Stacy Huff, Joe Cashin up top, Claire Foley down on the field. Joe, it is a lot going on in a very short time.
It's hard to kind of go back through this and tell you everything that's happened in the first not even 90 seconds into this game. I didn't even have time to tell you that Fairfield Central drove 14 yards in 2 plays in 44 seconds. Back comes Newberry, 80 yards in 2 plays in 15 seconds.
Nice workout tonight. We'll look for opportunity school kickoff. Our third kickoff in a minute and a half, folks. Will Lou Gray for over 100 years, helping students build a better future. Left to right, that's Newberry kicking off to Fairfield Central. Had a big kickoff return to open the game. Going trying the right side, good tackle. Thought he had some potential over there. That was Kenyon Douglas on the return, and he got smacked. That might have been, just get a look at that number right there. I think that might have been the touchdown, the big run maker right there. It might be Ty Abrams on that tackle.
Ty Abrams had that 70-yard run from scrimmage on Newberry's first play as they came out and answered Fairfield's opening salvo, and he made the big time stop right there on the kickoff return. No 86-yarder this time.
Ball's at the 19-yard line, but that hasn't mattered. Field position hasn't mattered either because, in the 15-yard line, Newberry had it and had a big run. Both these teams have been explosive early. We'll see if the game settles down. Fairfield Central with their second possession of the game. First time they took over the ball at the 14 after a big kickoff return. Now they're at their own 19. Caden Diggs, the quarterback, number 3. Walker in motion. Oh, Walker with a good block on the edge and good pursuit to the football from Newberry. That is number 27, I do believe. That is Nevia Willingham. Must have got Newberry's defense brought to you by Stewart Law Offices. DeWalt, Holiday, Wright, Griffin, the D-line. Wicker, Goff, Sin, we talked about in the opener, the linebackers, defensive back, Jackson, Willingham, Crooks, and Brown. And Nevia Willingham, 27, just made that stick. He's not a big guy, but he laid some lumber on that first play. 2-yard gain.
He read that play from the safety spot and came up and filled that hole nicely. Stopped for a very short gain.
Walker's in motion again, Dre Walker. And he's going to get out and block in front of the receiver. Hit out of bounds. That's borderline. Might have been out of bounds there. Reception made, Joe, by 28 for Fairfield Central, Scott Young.
And that was Nevaeh Willingham once again, yes, Stacy. He comes flying up, made a couple of plays here on defense, and they've got Fairfield in third and about 4 now.
Yeah, and again, this is Diggs, the guy who's a run-first guy but can't throw it. He's a 2-year starter. Spent some time last year, started most of the games, and starts this year as a senior. 1 man in the backfield, 4 in the out wide. He's going to look to throw over the middle. Had Walker for a second. Goes back to Walker and got him. He was looking for Walker, and he's going to be about 2 yards short. Well played by the Newberry defense. The 4th down. Julian Sin made that tackle.
Oh, goodness. They gave Fairfield the first down there. I think that is a generous spot.
Yeah, Newberry doesn't like that at all.
I don't blame him. I think it's a very generous spot.
I'm calling punt team. That's an MUSC first down. I didn't see that.
I didn't either. I thought he was stopped short of the stick, but I don't think Newberry coaches down here in front of us like it either.
They marked that at 29. They started at 19, but I thought he was down about the 27, 28. But again, they don't ask me. My shirt is not striped. First down from the 29. That's our second MUSC first down of the ball game. Low snap. Diggs looks. He wants to go down. He wants to go for it all. Had a man streaking and well played. A little bit underthrown. He's going for looks like 19 down there to Aquarius Shannon.
Credit Jameer Crooks back there. He turned and made a play on the ball. If you're looking at the football, more often than not, you're not going to get a DPI, and he played that ball perfectly back there for the pass breakup.
One of the assistants right now, Fairfield team right there, head coach Demarius. I'm check that Demetrius Davis, a former Fairfield Central state champion, and has coached his team to 2 state appearances in 12 and 13. Lost both of those final appearances, but went on to play some ball at Fayetteville State.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense.
That's the second offsides.
5-yard penalty. Still second down.
I interrupted that clean feed that time. But
I'll tell you what, Stacy, that's as clean a feed as you're going to hear. The audio on these guys has been great the last few weeks.
Sure.
Love to hear that call.
I know that's right. Very crisp and clear. And 5 free yards. Can't get forward to give away the free ones. So Fairfield Central balls at the 34. And Diggs kept it. He read that perfect. There was room in the room. He kept that. He started room up the middle. And that was a great read by the quarterback there. Kept the ball and got a burst for another MUSC first down up to about midfield, Joe.
Well, zone read right there. Once again, you got a guy going from left to right. Want to get guys to bite on that. And
that's Coach Davis on your screen right there. Coach Davis been around for a minute up there. 15th season. I talked to him today, man. I remember when he was a USC assistant under Lou Holtz back in the day. We went on to coach under Buddy Pugh at South Carolina State. But he's a Fairfield, played quarterback at Fairfield Central back in the day. Assisted for some years in the college level, came back home, and well, that's another first down for Fairfield Central. They are really moving the sticks that time. Good job once again by that offense, offensive line protection and everything. That's MUSC first down. There's a look right there, folks. The ball's right nestled at the right on the 40-yard line. Fairfield Central with that shift again. It caused offsides with that early in the ball game. Look at Caden Diggs. Can give around the left side this time, and good job. Newberry flowed to the ball. They saw that coming all day long, and give some love to 46 in there on the stop, Joe. Caden Goff.
It's going to be a loss of 2, and you called if they were able to flow to the football, string that play out and get defenders over there. And I got a feeling that sideline to sideline may not work against this Newberry defense.
No, they're fast. I think both these teams are very, very speedy. Play calling is going to be a good adjustment. The game is settling down now, so play calling, they're trying to fill each other out. But you're right, that sweep action has not really worked. And they're going to this has worked. Caden Diggs reading up the middle, and he's good for a few yards every time he does that. He got about 4 right there. Big hitting, though. A lot of hitting going on down there in the trenches. Love it.
Can the Fairfield offensive line move that Newberry front? I think that's going to be a big key in this game for the Griffins to be able to, as we talked about in the open, sustain drives and then put points on the board at the end.
Got him in a passing situation right here, Joe. 3rd and about 9, or about 7, I would call it. And there's the jump right on the left side. That's going to be, put him in real peril. It's going to be a blatant passing down coming up here. Here's the clean feed for you, Joe.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
I want him to be more excited about that. He needs to be excited. No, he's going across. He's really,
he's just cool and calm and collected out there when he makes the call.
Cedric Jeter, a Union native, 10th year here. He was an assistant here for some years under Phil Strickland, but he's from Union High School, played at Union College in Kentucky, and spent some time as an assistant under Taney Hill up at Union, and then Phil Strickland here for 6 years, 4 seasons as a head coach. And there's another passing attempt that time, and that one overshot that time. So we'll see. Punt team is going to come on here. First defensive stand of the ball game.
Yeah, after we saw that opening flurry of fireworks from both teams, which gave us our 7-7 score. It was a pretty good drive by Fairfield Central. At least you won some field position here. Across the 50, drive stalls, but they'll have to give it back to Newberry. Hopefully the Griffins, if you're a Fairfield fan, you'll punt them and pin them back deep.
Joe, it'd be hilarious if this game, that quick start ends up a 14-7 ball game.
I gotta have my doubts a little bit about it.
I do too. High snap. This is a good, he kicked it away from coverage, and that's a good kick with a good roll that time. But it's gonna bounce back now. But ball's gonna be about the 21-yard line, and Newberry will take over for the second time. We'll step away and be back with more Sonic FNR Game of the Week from Newberry. 7-7 with Fairfield Central.
We pickled everything, Sam. The big deal meal. Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Welcome back, folks. Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week. All 7s. Fairfield Central Newberry is set up to be a good one. And we want to give special thanks to the South Carolina Army National Guard for recognizing our scholar athletes each week. We'll introduce you to this week's nominees coming up at halftime. And I'm always glad to have that part of the broadcast celebrating our young scholar athletes. Stacy Huff, Joe Cashin up in that press box you're looking at right there. I can see us waving up there. That's us. We're in that press box. And, of course, down the field doing an excellent job, as always, young Claire Foley, Joe.
Yeah, so this field is Mike Ware Field, Stacy, named for former coach Mike Ware, who coached from 71 to 86, won 90 games, 2018 inductee, South Carolina Football Coaches Hall of Fame. This field named in his honor in 1994. He also had guys like Phil Strickland, Sam Baird, Harry Hedgepath, famous Newberry coaches.
This has been a cradle of outstanding coaches, and Cedric Jeter trying to add his name to that list. Oh, big hit, but the second one is always the second hit. They held him up, and physical running to the football by Fairfield Central. One of those guys in there, Douglas McLeod Jr. I loved him last year in our game. He could thump.
Again, Stacy, we see a play that goes east and west, and you see a speedy defense able to get out there and stop this. Watch Douglas McLeod. He's able to get over there and make the final hit. Give credit to number 7. That's Chance Hemphill for Fairfield Central, the initial hit, and then it's McLeod to clean it up.
He's a topper. He was out most of the year. He's just coming back this game. And it's another big hit. Oh, he's setting them up. Those high throws, and they're getting drilled out there. And that's Dre Walker. They are laying the wood at Fairfield Central. McLeod, like I said, he was banged up since the offseason. And here's Fairfield's defense, brought to you by Stewart Law Offices. Kingston P., also a thumper. Leaphart, Williams, McLeod Jr., we just saw linebacker Wilson and Whitaker, the DBs, Cup, Walker, Harrison, Mack, and Hempfield. Physical defense. Both of these teams really hit. Looking over the middle, the lefty quarterback goes down, and that is not Kitten Caldwell, I believe. That is a second quarterback, I believe, in the game for Newberry. Let me take that number.
Yeah,
that's Caldwell. That's Caldwell. That's my bad. That's Caldwell. At first, the way the jersey was turned, I thought it might have been a 7, but Caldwell standing there, and he just had nowhere to go, Joe.
Keyshawn Williams, defensive lineman, big senior in there. That pocket just eventually collapsed, and if you're Kitten Caldwell, you probably have to understand you're not going to have much time to throw the ball. And so you got to get rid of it or get out of there, one of the two. And the Fairfield defense able to get a stop here, 3 downs and out.
Never good when the punt return man is on your side of the field. And the dangerous Dre Walker, who's already had a big kickoff return at the 43-yard line, Joe. You got to kick it over his head right now or away from him. Setting up big for Fairfield Central right here. Kick right to him. He's going to field it at the 44 with going right. He has a man over. He has a block on the right side. Trying to get outside. He does, Joe. He's still turning his legs inside the 25-yard line. Dre Walker, a dangerous return man. That was nice. Nicely done.
That was just a sensational return by Dre Walker. I mean, that was about a 21, 22-yard return off that punt to put him down inside the 25-yard line. That was an 86-yard kickoff return to start the game. And well, you got early candidates for most outstanding player in this game. He is certainly one of them.
We saw special teams in some college games early in the season, flip games, and right here, Walker, 2 big plays early. Fairfield Central in business to do business right here inside the 25-yard line, first down. That shift again. And bring Kenyon Douglas from the left side to the right side of Caden Diggs, and now they got a pre-snap penalty again.
Dead ball, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
3 times, Joe, and I think that shift is bothering them.
It really is, Stacy. I mean, they really have not been able to get comfortable with that, be prepared for. That's the 3rd encroachment call tonight against Newberry.
Coach Davis, he said, chop wood and carry water. So, that's what they're doing. They're trying to be a hard-working, hard-nosed team. Diggs will keep it again. He's prone to keeping it, and with that free 5 yards, he doesn't need but 5 now. And he got a couple of those right there. It's going to be setting up for a nice second and real short, Joe.
And it was Dontavius Griffin on the stop. A Griffin stopping a Griffin right there.
There you go. Inside the Jim Hudson red zone, Fairfield Central is right now. Of course, Jim Hudson experienced it once, and you'll never forget. All inside the 15. 2nd and 2. They're going to give this time. It's going to be close. I think they're going to give it to him. It's going to be a first down, 1st and goal now well, maybe not go right outside the 10. It'll be first. They'll need to get to the 1-yard line. MUSC first down. They carry by Kenyon Douglas, the junior.
And just pounding the middle. And I think that's Fairfield's recipe for success in the run game. And that's really for both teams. Hit them up the middle. The east-west stuff I'm not sure is going to work.
Well said, Joe. We had the 3:37 mark in the first quarter. Fairfield Central looking to retake the lead. Trying the left side this time, and just tough sledding, but a physical run and a forward lean there. They're going to give them about 3 yards on that play, maybe 4. Yeah, really good run. He got more than I thought. He got 5 on that.
He got 5 yards on that carry. That's Kenyon Douglas, like you mentioned, the junior. He just bulldozed his way and kind of pushed the pile ahead, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, they're making it real difficult for Fairfield Central now to defend that. They only have to get to the 1 yard line. They don't have to score to get a first down. A nice cut in the hole, but also good pursuit. Newberry really hitting right there at the 5 yard line. It's a physical ball game early.
Looked like Thomas DeWalt in their defensive end may have made the initial contact to stop that for a short gain. And now 3rd down and goal here. You're Demetrius Davis. You got 2 downs to get this in.
I think this is 4 down territory.
Pick up a first down.
Yeah, both coaches are going to be stubborn in this situation. They're going to ride with your guys right here. It's Coach Davis. He loves hard-nosed football. He said this may be the most hard-nosed team he's ever coached at Fairfield Central. So then he gets to the 1 yard line. The ball is resting at about the 4. Somebody moved, but I was on the defensive side, so no penalty that moved sideways. Good job, penetration right there. And there's a nice surge to strip that play early.
That's a great fake by the quarterback. Everybody thought the running back had it, but Caden Diggs kept it. And he's able to lean forward. Didn't quite pick up the first down. Watch the fake here. And he just pulls it at the last second.
Good job. Yeah,
that faked us all out there.
Yeah, I thought 33 had made him a spectacular play, but that's going to be 4th down, Joe, and a 4th and 1. Now, do they try to go wide right here? Or do they just muscle up and say, we bet you can't stop us from getting the yard right here?
I think Caden Diggs keeps this ball.
Yes, I think you're right. And no 24, touchdown. That is a strong run. That's going to might be a penalty at the end of that, a body slam at the end of that. That's a touchdown. Strike up the Fairfield Central fight song. No flags down. Touchdown, Derek Cameron, the senior.
Like I said, I thought they'd hand it off to Derek Cameron right there.
That's what you said. Right.
You remember me saying that?
We can edit that. Yeah, we can edit that. Make it say that. Wow, what a drive. Talk about this.
Well, I really thought Diggs would keep it, but he rides it off to Cameron. Look at that hole. I mean, that is just great blocking up front. Give credit. Big Marcus Wadlington in there, 73, helped pave the way. And Fairfield back on top here late first quarter.
SCDC touchdown for Fairfield Central. They reclaimed the lead.
I did a snap dead ball. False
It's going to be false start. Yeah, so we'll see.
5 yard penalty. Still untimed down.
False start.
So 30 is in for a second extra point of the ball game. That is Sidney Wilson, the senior, 5'10", 150. Let's see if we can get this one up in there. First one was powerful and well done. Straight now. He split the uprights there on the first one. And there we go again. This was pretty, didn't get quite as much height on this one, but it's definitely good. Hands to the sky. 14-7 Fairfield Central, Joe, for the second time they take a touchdown lead. And here's a look one more time at that run.
And just riding it off up the middle, and you see the late takedown right there, but it didn't matter. He'd already crossed the goal line. And Cameron's excited, the senior running back into the end zone, and that drive for Fairfield Central. You see Coach right there, they go 6 plays and just 22 yards. That's the second time tonight that a big punt return, big special teams play has set Fairfield up in plus territory, and they've taken advantage both times.
Trying to get a tough road win. They trailed early last year in the game. We broadcast on our airways right here in the FNR game of the week. They trailed early in the ball game, came from behind and won on homecoming night at Fairfield Central up in Winsboro. They were having a party out there. It was a good time out there, Joe, like a college atmosphere. And now they're on the road. Fairfield Central holds a 18-12 lead in the overall matchups over time, 18-12 in the 30 times they played, trying to make it 19. And it's the Will Newberry Opportunity School kickoff right here. You see that football? It's a great shot. See the FCHS on the football right there. Kicking off right to left will be Fairfield Central in the white jerseys, black and gold trim bottoms, and the homestanding Newberry Bulldogs in their traditional navy blue set to receive. It is another short kick, fielded at the 19. Good coverage already. Looks a lot of white jersey. They got him, though. They didn't get outside containment. Room on outside. They had him shut, and he gave a dead leg to the inside, and he shifted the coverage that time. That was a great run.
That was better recognition that time by Cash Brown. He took it with authority. Now, there is a penalty flag across the field.
Cash is king, though. You know that. Cash is king. Cash rules everything around me.
Holding during the return.
Unfortunately.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
That's unfortunate. I used my Cash reference already, and they calling it back. No, that's my bad. I'm premature. There's Coach.
They got a refund on that one.
No deposit, no return.
That's it.
You see the little iPad right there. They get the film right there on the spot, and the technology is everywhere right now. Ball's at the 25-yard line.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, you see it right there in real time, seconds later.
Ain't like it used to be, Joe.
Nope.
1st and 10. Newberry trying to answer again. And there we go. Last time they answered, this guy had a big run for him, and it's him again. And when I say him, that is him, Ty Abrams. Only a sophomore. Good-looking tailback. Good job.
He's big with speed, yeah. Stacy. I mean, you're talking about, you know, built to run and take some punishment, and that Newberry O-line did a good job.
MUSC first down. That time is Abrams again, gashing. 8 yards, maybe make it 9 on that one. MUSC is our first down sponsor, boy. MUSC Health is proud to call the Midlands home. Yeah, Ty Abrams looked really good in the offensive line. That's really fired off the ball on several of those runs. Trying to respond again, headed under a minute in the first quarter. Lots happening in this first quarter. They're going to try him. They're going to pull it this time. Kenton Caldwell, he can run it himself now. He's a good runner. That's going to be a first down across midfield. So that'll be an MUSC first down for the Bulldogs.
A punch, counter punch here in the first 12 minutes.
Got slugging it out here. As they did last season, as I said, last year the game was very, very competitive. A lot of highlight plays, and it looked like we're having the same kind of matchup here this year, this time in Newberry. Abrams around the left side. Oh, nice room over there. Good blocking. Good blocking. He may get the edge. Cross the 30-yard line, another MUSC first down. What a run. What great blocking up front for Newberry.
I tell you what, I'd love to know what Ty Abrams' stats are here at the end of the first quarter. I mean, this is about a 21-yard run. He had a 14-yarder earlier in the drive, and he had 170 yards. Got to be over close to, if not 100 already in just one quarter, Ty Abrams.
He's definitely got it clicking right now. He's running left, right, and up the middle. Good job. Guys are getting him room, but he is shifty on those edges. Caldwell looking to pass this time, looking right. Had House, that's a man we haven't talked about a lot here. Jamel House, the Gamecock commit. He's a big one, Joe, 6'4", 230. Can run, and they got to get him the ball. That's one of their keys to get the ball to their playmakers. This next play will be the last play of the first quarter. 2nd and 10. It's Abrams. Give him about 2 yards on that. That'll be the last play of the first quarter. 14-7 is your score. Fairfield Central on the road against their rivals, Newberry. It's the Sonic FNR High School Football Game of the Week. Stay with us. Quarter 2 coming up.
If Jerry knew football the way Tom Brady knows football, he would in no way be able to handle it.
Come on, Ryan, what do you do? You gotta look off the safety before you... When the safety rotates down, just rip the seam.
Nobody knows football.
Come on, we can do better.
Like Tom Brady.
Urban Meyer.
Football's a way of life.
Mark Ingram II.
You know what I mean?
And Rob Stone team up for football talk that hits harder than game day. The Triple Option, presented by Wendy's.
Matt Dowell here with Stephen Vicari with Stewart Law Firms. Stephen, you guys have such a personal connection with our community schools. How does that connection help influence this firm's commitment to our local education?
Well, a lot of folks who work for the Stewart Law offices are in education, whether it's in the administration as a teacher or a librarian or a speech therapist. So we understand that it's a very difficult job, and so we kind of view this partnership as more of a commitment to the growth and success of our community.
That's amazing. Education is so important. Well, thank you for sharing, Stephen. But guys, stick around. More football is on the way.
Back here live from Mike Ware Stadium, campus of Newberry High School. They trail the Fairfield Central Griffins 14-7 on the Sonic F&R Game of the Week. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin up top. Look at that nice shot of the Bulldog right there. And, of course, Claire Foley down on the sideline. The Griffins have played well early in this ball game and helped by some special team play, of course, Joe.
Both teams with big-time special teams plays in this one, which has set up all three scores.
Third down right now for Newberry there. Oh, that's nice. He got rid of it. He had pressure from the backside. He got rid of it on time, but miscommunication with the receiver there. And this is going to bring up, it's like fourth down here, and I don't look, no punt team has moved. You know, they're going to keep it right here.
Douglas McLeod was in there in a hurry.
Yes.
Give credit to him for getting in there, putting the pressure on, and getting a hit on Kenton Caldwell and Coach Jeter. Okay, here. I mean, yeah, you're in a place where you're
in no man's land.
In no man's land, really.
Too far for a field goal. Yep. And no need to punt it. You won't gain much from a punt, so why not go for it? Caldwell's a senior. He's going to look right. They're going up top in the corner. He has a step. He caught it. Was he out of bounds? They're going to say out of bounds.
Oh.
He might have bobbled that, Joe. He was intended for zero. Cash Brown. Maybe we may see it again. I don't know if he caught it. If he caught it clean, it's like he was in bounds. I know that ball may have moved.
We got the best camera crew in the business. To see if somebody got a shot of that. But it looks like he thought he seriously. That's a great shot right here. Here you go. You see the catch. Did he make it?
He gets the ball
on the field of play.
His ball is moving right there.
It's kind of moving still, and I'm not sure if he didn't have a foot on the chalk way across the way, too, when he catches this thing.
Yeah.
By the time he gets a foot down.
That foot's there, but I don't know if he pulled it in right there. That's going to be tough. Coach, look at Coach is not happy.
Coach is not happy.
And I don't blame him. I wouldn't be either. But he didn't have that benefit of the replay. And it's a matter of did he have control of the ball or not. So it's a turnover on downs. Good job by Fairfield Central getting off the field. Coach Jeter still letting them hear him. Fairfield takes over at the 25-yard line. They're going to put it in the air. Short pass. Making a man miss. A decent gain. The reception by number 17, Josiah Siebels, a sophomore. Another young player.
Big opportunity here, Stacy. If you're Fairfield Central, you can double down on Newberry. Take this ball and punch it in the end zone. That would be a huge turn of events here as Newberry went for it on fourth, didn't pick it up.
2nd and 1. And that's a bad snap. K. Dickey's going to scoop it up, and he didn't fall on it. He's going to try to make a play. That could have been dangerous right there, but let's take a look.
The snap is low and kind of to the left, and he never really had a chance at it. And you're right, I thought he might just fall on it, but he tried to scoop it up and make something happen. But big number 11, Dontavius Griffin, is in there to say, nope, you're not going anywhere with that football.
Griffin's number 11, and he's in 11th grade. He's made an impact in this ball game, a couple of big tackles. Now passing down now behind the sticks. 3rd down, and a long way to go. 4 men in the receiver, 3 on this near sideline. This is going to be a bubble screen set up and miscommunication. Tried to get it to Josiah Siebels, and he threw it in front of him. Siebels thought it was going to be on his body. That look, that gesture, he's motion said, I thought it was coming to the numbers. He threw it out for his hands, and that's good sportsmanship. 2 teammates and punt team. Good job by Newberry, Joe.
That's a big stop by them, and kind of helped along the way a little bit by the bad snap, but you know, they tried the little bubble, the tunnel right there, and that just didn't work. And so that's a 3 downs and out for the Griffins, and Newberry will get it back.
This game has definitely settled down. I think play calling, both teams still trying to figure out what the go-to moves are right now. We know the field position has been big, and special teams, this, you know, another special teams play here. Decent bounce that time, but still going to be good field position at the 38-yard line for Newberry. That's where they'll take over and try to answer. Kenton Caldwell will lead the Bulldogs out when we come back from this break, trailing 14-7.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
When your comfort is at risk, who do you call?
At Kaminer Heating and Cooling, we'll never sell you something you don't need. You get clear options, transparent pricing with our straightforward pricing guide, and the final choice is always yours.
No pressure, no sales gimmicks, just honest answers. Welcome back inside, folks. The party doing far and wide at the Sonic FNR Game of the Week. Fairfield 14, Newberry 7. Of course, during the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop alarm is out and the red lights are flashing. Joe, early in this ball game, there were no red lights. It was all green means go, and now we got a little caution. There's a little caution here now. 14-7 after 2 touchdowns in the first minute and a half.
Well, we were on the Autobahn there for the first 90 seconds. I mean, those school buses on the Autobahn.
Good reference.
I mean, they were flying up and down the field, but I think you astutely mentioned this game has settled down a little bit.
It's definitely 39-yard line. That's what Newberry takes over. They're going to keep this time. They fake the Abrams and Kent Caldwell across the 50. It's going to be a foot race. Kent Caldwell across the 20. Across the 10, he's not going to be caught. Touchdown, Kent Caldwell. Touchdown, Newberry. Strike up. The Bulldog fights on. Great play call. Great execution. SCDC touchdown.
We're back on the on-ramp, Stacy. Headed right back down that way again. 61 yards. Watch the fake right here. Caldwell just keeps it himself. Gets a big block. How about big 71 out there? LeBron Lyles paving the way, and he's just picking him up and putting him down. Kenton Caldwell 61 yards to the house, and this is just like the start of the game. Start of the second quarter.
Man, just like that, and as a matter of fact, it was very reminiscent. That was a huge play. Great play call for the Newberry offensive staff. On for the extra point, 31. Eric Rubio, the junior kicker, number 31. And he got that one through hands to the sky, and it is 14s everywhere. Glad to have you with us, folks, in this game. And we said off the top, we expected a good game. We didn't predict the fireworks early, but we knew the game would be closely contested, and that's what we have right now. Tied up with 10-14 left in the first half.
Well, so many explosive plays, Stacy. The opening kickoff returned 86 yards. And then you had the 70-yard run by Newberry right after that. Here's a 61-yarder. We'll see it again. He gets great blocking up front. Gets a good downfield block as well. And Caldwell, they're not going to catch him.
No,
he's all the way to the end zone. He could still be running. And boy, just a cornucopia of explosiveness here tonight. And we have only played one quarter and not even quite 2 minutes of the second quarter.
Quentin Caldwell has interest from Catawba, Charleston Southern, and South Carolina State. He's a kid that Coach Judah says he can call his own plays. He's a veteran quarterback. He can actually call his own plays at the line of scrimmage. You don't see that a lot in high school these days, Joe.
You don't see that
in college
anywhere.
Or pros, right. He actually can call his own plays, and I wonder if he called that one, but they've used Abrams. They set that up with Abrams. Abrams run right, left, and up the middle, and that time you can on Abrams. Of course you would be, and he pulls it in. He gashed him right there for the big 6, a la casa. Real great opportunity school kickoff coming up, folks. Right to left. We've had a lot of kickoffs, so there's going to be a lot more coming, I believe. Newberry kicking off right to left. Fairfield Central to receive. Will Luke Ray. 100 years, folks. 100 years. That's a long time. Helping students build a better future. The ball's in the air. Fielded at the 7. And back comes Trey Walker around the left side. Again, room. He's trying to get to the sideline again. Already it's a good return if he gets nowhere else. Ball's at the 47. That is a nice return, Joe. 40-yard return.
Okay, to go along with 86 earlier, so that puts him at 120 plus in the kick return game. He had a 22-yard punt return earlier in this game. You know what? I might squib it or kick it out of bounds. I don't think I want number 0 touching that ball, but I think it may be coming back there, Stacey. Hold everything.
Yeah, there you go. But that would not change what I'm saying, though.
Exactly.
You can't count on a penalty bailing you out.
No, you can't.
And no one will ask me. I promise. No one's ever called me and asked me what they should call. I won't be expecting the phone calls, but I wouldn't kick it to him, Joe. I agree with you on that. I would kick it away from number 0.
He's a one-man wrecking crew out there. I mean, with the ball in his hands, exciting things happen for Fairfield Central.
It does, and if I'm Coach Davis, I may question the holding call over there. He set up a good block over there. I don't know. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but he hadn't needed the holding most of the game. He's really good at finding the creases, but that penalty is huge. That puts them back now instead of the 47-yard line. They're going to be at the right at the 15.
That's minus 32.
Yes, sir. Diggs is going to keep it on the right side. Decent blocking, but good flowing to the ball. Man, I tell you what, this is a fast defense from Newberry. Both teams exceptionally fast, as you mentioned, going side to side.
I'm telling you what, I just don't think a lot of east-west stuff is going to work for either one of these two teams tonight. They're athletic, they're fast, speed out there, quickness. I mean, if you're going to get some yards, you're going to gash them up the middle, I believe. And Fairfield's had some success up the middle.
I think they used the wide runs to set up the middle runs. I think just keeping them honest, because that's what it did. You'll see wide, and then you see them play up the middle, like the touchdown we saw, from the last play from Newberry. They kind of set it up, and all the successes come between the tackles for both teams running the football. There's been a pass right here. Nowhere to go. Pressure off the rip. Number 9 on the transit line. Thomas DeWalt.
I mean, he gets in there so fast. I mean, he just beats the blocker up front, and he's able to. You'll see it. You see it on the one behind. we got 2 monitors in there. So we'll turn around, look at that. Okay, there you go.
Back, yes. On my roster, number 9 says Thomas DeWalt, the defensive lineman. He gave him no shot.
Hey, DeWalt makes tools. I'll tell you what. He went to work on that one. I'll tell you what.
He did it by default. And we still have 14, 13 on our scorebook, and that's nowhere to go right here, but what an escapability, and going to throw it. He has a man almost caught. That would have been a magician move by Caden Diggs right there. I thought he was tackled. That was close to being a completion, Joe. That would have been spectacular.
It really was. That would have been spectacular is the correct word for it. I mean, I don't know how he got rid of that football. The pressure was on. All sorts of blue jerseys in and around him. You'll see the pressure right here, Stacy. He's back in the pocket. That breaks down in a hurry. You'll see the edge rusher come in, and he just gets rid of the ball and takes a hit.
That wasn't far from being a...
I mean, the ball was, it was pretty much there on target. Wow.
Almost a huge play, but instead it's going to be punting from the end zone, something you never want to see. If you're Fairfield Central or any team, this needs to be a good punt. If you're Newberry, you're set up now. Tie ball game, you're going to get great field position right here with 8:35 left to play in the half. Well, let's see when they mark it out of bounds, but Newberry's going to be in good position either way. Coach Jeter. I asked about Coach Strickland. He says he's enjoying his retirement, fishing and spending time with the grandchildren.
Bill Strickland, one of the legends of South Carolina high school coaching. He's sitting on the berm right across the way.
Yeah, away from fans.
Yeah, exactly, away from fans.
Coach Strickland has a funny line I'll share with you after this play that he told me. I asked him the year he was about to retire what he was going to do. Ray Abrams around the right side, and then he's going to cut back. That was a great cutback. That's going to be a first down, Newberry. Great blocking up front. Great run by Ty Abrams, a sophomore. So MUSC first down. Move those chains, Joe.
Ty Abrams, he's got to be well over 100 yards in this game
here tonight. Ask Strickland what he was going to do when he retired with his last season here. He said, I'm going to go to games and just sit behind people and talk about the coaches and know everything like the fans in the stands. I'm just going to pay you like $10 and talk about coaches for the next year. Around the left side now, this could be Kenton Caldwell keeping it. And inside the Jim Hudson red zone, down to about the 16-yard line. Yeah, that was funny. He said, I'm just going to know everything like all the fans that ought to use. I'm going to know everything about football. Just go and bash coaches around the Midlands.
And not have to listen to parents.
Right.
Nothing against the great parents out there.
No, the great parents out there.
There's a lot of great ones. Uh-oh.
Touchdown, Abrams. Strike up once again. The Newberry fight song. No flags. And just like that, they have their first lead of the ball game, Joe. 21-14.
Abrams has just been spectacular for Newberry. As Dre Walker's been the guy for Fairfield tonight. It's been the Abrams show along with Kenton Caldwell. Abrams into the end zone for the first time tonight. You'll see it here. He just takes the handoff, gets great blocking, and get right up the middle he goes. Made a man miss, is able to outrun the Griffin defenders into the end zone.
And is Rubio for the extra point. Once again, hands to the sky. Let's step away. Newberry at home now. First lead of the ball game, up 21-14 over Fairfield Central on the FNR Game of the Week.
We pickled everything, Sam. The big deal meal, a Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
At Atkins Law, we believe who you hire matters, but don't take our word for it. Hear it from our clients.
From the front desk to the paralegals answering my questions to the one I have in my back, I couldn't ask for a better team of professionals.
From my first phone call to meeting Joe in person, I knew I was going to be in good hands.
Holly has a great practice, and her various experiences brings tons of knowledge to each of her clients.
Remember, who you hire matters.
Welcome in, folks. 21-14, 7:40 left to play in the first half. Has been an exciting ball game here in Newberry. And, of course, we want to give a special thanks to the South Carolina Army National Guard for recognizing our scholar athletes each week. We'll introduce you to this week's nominees coming up at halftime, folks. And that was an exciting part of the broadcast. And that man right there, number 7, has been dangerous for Newberry. 2 TDs in the ball game. Only a 10th grader. That's Jamel House, the highly recruited tight end right there. Your screen number 19, the future Gamecock. Will look for opportunity school kickoff coming up. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin high in the press box, and Claire Foley down on the sidelines for you. Outstanding production team here on hand as always, doing great things. K Paz and the crew. Season 11, Sonic F&R Game of the Week. Joe, glad to be a part of it. Glad to have folks joining us online. YouTube, TV, Facebook, everywhere. Good time online. Newberry in blue. He'll look great. 100 years, helping students build a better future. Another short kick, fielded at the 15, across the 20. Cut back across the 30. Guess who it is? Trey Walker, number 0. He's going to, you know what, you get the feeling he's going to pop another one. He always seems close, Joe.
Well, you saw the Newberry strategy there was to try to pin him against the boundary here on the near side and try to cut down any sort of lanes and cut down the field where he has room to run. He still was able to bring it out to the 35, but I mean, you saw kind of what Newberry said right there. It's like, okay, we're gonna tighten this field down a little bit and try to get you back there.
Only a 20-yard return at time as opposed to the 40.
And you can live with that. If you're Newberry, you can live with that. Okay.
Yeah. Make him drive more field, because the last one before the penalty was a 40-yard return. Had an 86-yarder before that. So, yeah, that's a win.
It definitely is.
There's Coach Davis on your screen. Got to put pressure on Caden Diggs and this Fairfield Central offense now to drive 65 yards to tie the score. 7:35 to play in the half. Oh, Stutter step in the hole that time, but nowhere to go. That's going to be a penalty. Flag thrown right there at the line of scrimmage and nowhere to go.
This is bad news all the way around for Fairfield Central. Yes. I believe this will be a holding call.
It was a quick one, too. Here's your clean feed.
Holding on the offense. Penalty decline. Second down.
Decline, Joe. That's key. That's interesting, Coach G there. Trying to get that ball back. Just home with 2 more downs. Let's Coach G. He declined that, so he wants to get the ball back and get some more points on the board here in this last 7 minutes of the half.
I think it's good. I take the result of the play right there instead of giving it down. I mean, they got virtually nothing, no gain. So
they gave him 1, the 2nd and 9. But this team doesn't want to be behind the sticks. They'd rather not throw. Diggs has had some success keeping it. Let's see if he keeps it in his hands on this 2nd down play right here. And yes, he's going to up the middle. This is where he's had success, Josh. Kind of thought that was coming. It's going to be a first down. Caden Diggs kept it. And that last surge got him to the 46-yard line, needed the 45. That's going to be a MUSC first down Fairfield.
Can't credit that Fairfield offensive front. Going north and south is the way to go if you're Fairfield Central. You had Jermail Murphy up there, Jamari Favor, those guys did a good job.
Good job up front, as you mentioned. So they didn't have to pass at that time. They used the quarterback's legs. Veteran quarterback. Both teams have veteran quarterbacks. They're going to ride it this time. He kept it again. Good read again. Got spun around. Diggs going to surge forward, and he's going to be about a yard short of the first down, depending on the spot, Joe. It's very close. That run up the middle, they might want to figure that out if you're Newberry.
Again, that's a great fake. I thought Derek Cameron had the ball once again, and once again for Newberry, you had the linebacker Julian Sin who just shot in there. That's a good read, though, by Caden Diggs to keep it. Picks up another first down.
They did give it to him, so it's an MUSC first down. Yeah, he surged at the end across that 45-yard line. Ball's at the 44 now. Somebody might have moved a little early. He's going up top. Yeah, that's going to be a touchdown. Easy pitch and catch. Made it look too easy. Diggs to Shannon and strike up the Fairfield Central fight song. What a throw, what a catch. What a play to the SCDC end zone.
Aquarius Shannon, 44 yards on that reception. You'll see it here. Great fake here, and he has all kinds of time. Caden Diggs has it, and he just launches it. Leverage, inside leverage on the defender. This is about as easy as it gets, Stacy. Just run down the field and throw it to him.
It looks so easy. I thought people stopped playing. I was like, was there a flag or a whistle or something? He was just running a nice post pattern that time and just playing like catching the backyard. Hands to the sky, and once again, folks, we are tied up. We've been tied at 7, 14, and 21, Joe. Stay right here, folks. 6:12 left in the half. Joe Cashin, what are you thinking? Fun, right?
Kind of had a lot of adjectives, I think, Stacy. I mean, there's just, we kind of thought there might be some points, just like last year's game in Winsboro. That was a high-flying kind of fireworks type of football game that, and once again here at Newberry, we see it tonight. It's crazy. Both teams are just lighting this thing up. It's a fan's dream. If you don't really care one way or the other who wins this game, you're just sitting back enjoying watching big plays and touchdowns all over the place.
It is really exciting. This is high-level entertainment, high school level. It's a beautiful night, not too hot. The fall weather has not set in yet. It's actually kind of hot today when we got here about 5, and it was sun really beaming, but it's a nice, moderate night. The players seem to be, we haven't had any cramping yet. I don't want to jinx that, but they are really turning it loose, and offensive play calling for both teams, Joe, has been exquisite.
Both teams are so well coached to start with, and then they have athletes on both sides of the ball, too, and so when you get that combination, I mean, you're going to see some big plays, which we've seen tonight, and 21 all, and we're essentially at the halfway mark of the second quarter. I mean, the game did kind of settle down for a little bit, but now once again it's taking off.
Yeah, just like I guess we'll call that a lull there, because we hit a lull and we're back in the peaks right now. That's 19 right there on your screen. He was the touchdown maker, and I'm not sure, he may be the kid that had the highlight catch we had last year. We had a kid at Fairfield Central made a highlight, made some national highlight shows. He jumped up and mossed the guy, and that come from behind victory last year. We'll look for opportunity to score kickoff. Fairfield Central kicking off left to right, another short kick. Newberry's going to watch it go out of bounds, and they'll get it at the 35-yard line, I believe. And we'll go down to Claire Foley. Claire on the sideline, what's going on?
Guys, head coach Cedric Jeter says Newberry's been able to pick up right where they left off after last season's league championship, in large part because of their experience. Not only have they returned a lot of players from last year, but he says a lot of these kids have been playing together since rec league. That's why Jeter tells me that the most special thing about this group is their camaraderie. He says it's just an intangible factor that these kids have the reps and are comfortable playing with each other, but because of that history, they're playing for each other. And you're seeing that on display here tonight, as they've had a response for everything Fairfield Central has thrown at them. Let's see if they can do it again here.
Thank you, Claire. Doing a great job as always on the sideline, Claire Foley. And talking to Coach Jeter on the phone this week, Joe, he told me, I asked him some of the things he liked the best about coming, being here at Fairfield Central. He said the relationships, to what Claire was speaking of. So he loves the camaraderie and relationships he's seeing develop. Fake to Abrams and Kent Caldwell again, Joe. We just saw this. Deja vu. Kent Caldwell across midfield. Talk about Dre Walker. That could have gone to the hizzy. We just saw this same play.
18 yards on that one.
MUSC first down. Talk about it.
Again, you kind of fake the handoff going right. He pulls it, takes it himself, gets a great downfield block. Give credit out there to LaMathis Whitener. Yeah, they want to give him some love as he was down there making a great downfield block. Caldwell's had a big night.
He really has. 6'1", 155. He's going to keep it around the left side this time. Kind of a slow developing play. He's going to ease out of bounds and only pick up about a yard there, but I'm looking for a flag. I thought so there's no flag. I must have saw a glove.
There is one across the way. I think you're going to get a sideline warrant.
Okay,
yeah.
That's what I saw people looking over there. There was a flag over there, sideline warrant. That's nothing.
Sideline warning on the defense. Results of the play, second down.
That penalty is a nothing burger. It's a I call it the ludicrous penalty. Move, get out the way. Yeah,
until it happens again.
You got it right. You got to Google that one, Joe.
I do have to Google that one.
Move, get out the way. Ludicrous.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Just get back, Jack. And that's going to be a penalty. That's going to be a encroachment on Fairfield Central, I think. Yeah, the second time that sideline penalty, that could be a big one. But we had movement in the trenches right there.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
First one for the Griffins, but Newberry's had it a few times. So we've had about 5 encroachment penalties in this ball game. Four in this ball game. 3 by Newberry. And you can't afford to give up in a tight game, what looks to be a tight game, Joe. 5 free yards, it can be to hurt you. Now you're looking at second and, short. And this time, again, we got 5 yards. We either go one direction or the other, but they're flinching in the trenches. This may be on Newberry, Joe. Get the yards right back.
Hey, coach. Dead ball, false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
2 steps forward, 1 step back.
That's exactly right. That was a Paul Abdul song, I think.
Okay.
You go ahead and do the whole,
All right.
The whole music thing. I got a little limited knowledge. There's Coach Jeter once again on the sideline. The Union, South Carolina native. They played college ball at Union, Kentucky. So he just went from Union to Union. Caldwell with a deep drop, setting up that screen. That's Abrams. He has room on the left sideline, looking for a block. Abrams still up. Upended at the 25-yard line by Dre Walker. What a nice play call. That was beautifully set up, Joe.
I'm going to tell you what, Jamel House, the South Carolina commit, got out there, and he knocked somebody the next week on this near boundary right here. But he drops back deep, sets up a little short throw out here to this near side. I'm not sure if you'll see House come in there. Yeah,
yes.
Boom.
Wow.
There you saw it. Boom.
That was an
big-time block.
That's an MUSC first down. That was an angry block. Nice. Putting the foot in the ground, and they're going to keep the clock winding. Get inside. That's Caldwell keeping it. He's going to be right inside the red zone at the 19-yard line, bringing up second and about 5.
I'll tell you what, as we kind of wind down the end of the first half, Stacy, Newberry kicked off to start this game, and they can stick one in the end zone here, get a stop. They'll have the ball first coming out, so if you're Coach Jeter, you'd love to get some points here and get a stop and then double down.
Jim Hudson mid zone. Experienced it once and can never forget. Abrams has been dangerous, trying to get outside. Nice spin in the hole. That was, listen, he got hit was that the B button?
Oh.
Nice little pirouette right there in the hole, and that might be enough for the first down.
Look like a cheat code move right there, Stacy.
They're going to move the chains. Yeah. That is an MUSC first down. That gave him enough. He had a linebacker waiting on him, and he just said, no, thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Now you see me, now you don't.
So I have places to be and people to see. And you got to get by him that time. It's going to be first down right at the 14-yard line for Newberry. And pulled at the last second. Caldwell, nowhere to go. And we may have a flag in that one, I believe. Mm-hmm. There's a flag thrown right. Yeah, it's going to be a hold. The back judge, wasn't it, Joe?
That's what it looked like to me. Yeah. And that's in the area of holding.
As they say in the business, in the area of holding. And they're discussing it now, so that makes a spot. If it's a spot foul, they're trying to get. What they're talking about now is if Joe needs his clean feet, let's hurry up and get it ready for him. They're talking about you right here, Joe.
I have a feeling I'm sure that's the topic of conversation.
They say we don't want to keep Joe waiting, so here to go.
Exactly.
That's what you just said. Here we go.
Face man on the defense. Have the distance to the 32. Still first down.
He's laid back with it. That's good. That's what you don't want right there. That's the free yards. We thought it was a hold, and it was the area of face mask. That's interesting. Now, that changes a lot now with 420. They were probably not going to go airborne anyway, but they definitely don't have to go to the air now. They're going to go heavy jump on the left side, Joe, and it's going to be too much movement, a lot of confusion. Timeout call Fairfield Central.
Yeah, I'm not sure they had the right personnel.
Timeout Fairfield Central.
Timeout on the field. It's a good timeout.
Well, I was going to say Newberry might have called that, but Fairfield Central called that timeout. It really didn't look like Newberry they were really set with the right personnel out there.
Both teams might have been a little confused right there.
And it was a lot of confusion, but better be safe than sorry. Fairfield takes their first time out here.
With the ball where it is, and first down, they're content to run the ball as much as they have to get this real estate. And remember, when it was Fairfield Central in similar territory, Joe, they stubbornly said, "No, we're going to run. You got to stop us." Nothing cute. It was a quarterback up the middle. It was running, 24 ran it in, the running back. And I think you're going to see Newberry do the same thing. They're going to get behind House and those big linemen, and they're just going to see if Abrams and Caldwell can run this thing out. I'd be very surprised if we see a pass here. The thing is, it's 4:12 left, so we can see 2 more touchdowns.
I was going to say, I mentioned a minute ago trying to get to the second half, and 4:12. That's plenty of time for 2 or 3 more possessions.
Well, this game
time we get to
yes,
intermission.
It's been a game of big plays, man.
Kickoff returns, punt returns, explosive runs from scrimmage, big pass plays, you name it. We've seen it in this first half.
Really have, and it's been physical. A lot of big hits too. A lot of these guys are coming up stinging from the secondary, from the linebacking position. It's going to be a battle of attrition, though. We'll see who holds out. The fourth quarter is going to be interesting to see who's ready to stay in there and keep throwing blows. 1st and 3, it looks like right there.
You don't see that often, do you?
No.
1st and 3.
It's a rarity. That's why and they're going heavy jump. They moved ahead on the left side. They moved it to the right side this time. The extra blockers. And Abram runs right behind them. And he got stood up with the heavy jumbo. That timeout was good. They put their heavy guys in on that side and loaded up. And that's a nominal gain.
Well, low man wins, and it looked like Aquarius Shannon got in there and kind of disrupted that blocking. Low guy usually wins. He got in there and really stopped that play. Only gained a couple. You'll see it right here. You see all the blocking up there. But watch Shannon kind of get in here. He just kind of – now he comes in there late. I was going to say low man wins. But he gets in there, and he was able to make the stop.
But 2nd and 1, though. It's going to be hard to keep him out of right here. And Caldwell's going to keep the ball and goes wide. Caldwell might get in. He's going to get a first down, but he's going to be tackled at about the 1.5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. MUSC Medical University of South Carolina, first down for Newberry, Joe. And MUSC Health is proud to call the Midlands home. And listen, they're in no hurry now, but they're set up to score right here and take the lead.
He just takes the quarterback power to the left, gets a couple of decent blocks out there, but again, credit that Fairfield defense, not giving up very easily.
Walker got up a block. And just like that, before we come up to instant replay, is a touchdown. Newberry strike up. The Bulldog fight song. Ty Abrams, the impressive sophomore behind the strong line, lights up the scoreboard again. And Newberry once again takes their second lead of the ball game. Here it is, Joe.
Yep, Abrams' second touchdown of the night. He's kind of in a pistol look right here. Behind Caldwell. Caldwell just gets the handoff. I tell you, you could drive a Mack truck. That's an old cliche, but you really could through that hole.
A Mack truck. They used to be based out of Fairfield Central.
How about that?
Up there. Up in Winsboro. 27-21, trying to make it 28 now. Eric Rubio, the junior kicker. Been a great ball game thus far, and I don't see any way this slows down. We'll see adjustments out of halftime, of course, Joe, from both teams, but
I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to the highlight package, Stacy. Yes. This is going to be lit. I'll tell you what.
Oh, man, I almost had a little pressure to block that, but it's going to be hands to the sky, up and through. 28-21, Newberry back up again. The second time they're taking a 7-point lead, Joe. The first time was 21-14, and now they're up 28-21. But 3:19 left, Joe. I'm excited to see what the next 3:19 is.
Plenty of time to go, and I tell you, I can't wait to see the halftime highlights of this one. As my daughter would say, it's pretty bus. It's pretty bus.
Okay. I can't keep up the lingo, man.
I can't either.
There's so much.
Got to get a vibe check every now and then.
Yes,
that kind of thing.
The youngsters, they keep us young with that. 28-21, folks. It has been an exciting ball game. Glad to have you with us. You're watching on a good night for high school football. And, we bring you 11 games every season, folks, plus the championships. And you tune in. Stay tuned in every Friday night, 7:30.
Tell you, Stacy, we've had these last 3 weeks have been a lot of fun. Dutch Fork at the end beats Ridgeview in the last 38 seconds. Yep. And then last week we had a great Skeeza matchup that went down to the end. Lawrence Manning winning 14-13. And now tonight we've got another one.
Absolutely. This is setting up to be a great second half. The first half has been all we could want. And Fairfield Central could want a little more. They want 7 more points. They're going to be receiving Kicking off right to left, Newberry with the Will Look Great opportunity to school kickoff once again. We've had a lot of kickoffs in this. We've had 8 kickoffs.
I think it's a critical possession for Fairfield Central. I mean, given that Newberry does have the ball coming out, they need points here.
And here we go. Again, kicking it, as you mentioned, trying to pin Walker down, but he's got a lane right there. Joe, I'll tell you what, somebody's got an angle. It's good. He's got to cut back here. He does. And that's the only thing stopping the touchdown right there. The kicker, now that was Sin at the 20-yard line. What a return. There's a flag down. They may come back. And I tell you what, if I'm Demetrius Dave, they're already living over there. They're not happy. They're going to bring it back. But that Walker is special, Joe.
I got nothing for you, Stacy, because I mean I didn't see much there.
Going to return, holding on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Let's see, can we see a hold here and there? But I say it didn't happen. We got to see it right here.
Looks like he took it at about the 14, but mark that play down, Stacy, because if Fairfield doesn't score on this, this could be a massive turning point in this game. I mean, that's just the kind of explosive return, if you're Demetrius Davis, you needed in that moment. They don't score off this possession right here. Mark this moment down as one that will be critical in this ball game. I mean, Walker is just a sensational player, Stacy.
He sets at the blocks. He knows how to read the ball.
I mean,
kid,
it's not often you see a guy that, every time he touches the ball, there's a chance to score. Those players are special.
They are.
And that youngster is special.
And give props to the special teams coach over there at Fairfield Central. They have them trained and everybody staying in their position. Now you got to question the holding if that, they got to, because that's 2 holding calls that's negated 2.
The last 2. I mean, they were able to overcome one, but
3 minutes.
This is a killer. 3
minutes. You don't have to pass, but time will be a factor in this drive as it goes along. Caden Diggs, the senior quarterback, has success running up the middle. This time he's going to go left. Oh, he started left and cuts back, trying to make some dancing moves that time. He's going to get about 2. Good job bottling him up for those Newberry Bulldogs. I think Jamel House looks like he's in on defense right now as well.
I'd use him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'd use him.
He's out there linebacker.
He runs, he's got speed, he's big, and he can hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a defender.
Out there at linebacker, looks like. On the right side of their defense.
If I'm Newberry, I get a stop on a short gain right here, an incomplete pass or something. Incomplete, you won't have to call timeout.
It's going to be a penalty. It's pre-snap.
Right to the snap, false start on the offense.
Now, if you're Fairfield Central,
5-yard penalty. Still second down.
I'm sorry. He's taking his time with the call, so that's my bad. I got to let him finish. But you got to hold composure right here, Joe, because the clock, what you don't want to do is get pinned in and give up, field position here and get them a chance to score late.
And if I'm Cedric Jeter, if they get a stop, with the clock running, I'm taking time out.
Yeah, I think it depends on the result of this next play. But it's going to be tough to get a first down without going to the air right here. And the ball came out. That ball came out. And they're going to call it a fumble, incomplete pass. I couldn't see from here if his arm went forward with the ball or not. But
beanbag went down, which indicates
that's
fumble.
A fumble. Yep. That's going to be Newberry football. That is huge. That is Sin comes up with it, the All-State player, the Presbyterian offer. Let's see what happened here with Diggs.
Diggs just drops back to pass right here. He looks, wants to throw it, just can't pull the trigger. And now, unless that's a backwards pass. That ball did come out.
Yeah, it might be backwards.
If that's a backwards pass, and that's absolutely a free football.
And Walker had the ball. One of his own teammates not down. Walker had the football. They're gonna call that a backwards fumble. Yeah, that's gonna be like a lateral.
That's a backward pass. And go back to the penalty on the kickoff return, Stacy. How massive was that? Good heavens, killer for Fairfield Central.
That flipped the entire game. Yeah, Sin is impressive. He has an offer for PC. He's had 100 tackles last year and hit it on a pace for 100 this year. And that's going to be going for the dagger run right there down to the 5-yard line. Is going to be the senior quarterback, Kenton Caldwell. So they're taking their time now. They want this to be the last possession of the half. They're not in any hurry if you're Newberry. They're going to use the play clock. They feel like they can score in 3 downs.
Well, that's a clock stop.
Is somebody injured? The referees are standing over the ball. I didn't see a flag, but maybe there was one. They're in the Jim Hudson Automotive Group red zone, of course. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see a timeout because the referees are talking, though, so they got to stop the clock. They having a huddle, so I'm not sure what the situation is, but they're talking about something. So maybe we missed a penalty flag.
There was one.
Yeah.
Sideline interference on Fairfield Central. Second down, half the distance, second down.
There you go. You get a second one of those, Stacy. We already seen the warning.
Yeah, both teams have been warned. They're both on double secret probation right now. That's a classic line. That's a classic movie right there.
It is.
Animal House.
Uh-huh.
And there's movement. Fairfield Central. Give them some more free yards. This is going to put the ball in the nose of the goal line right here. Unless they were drawn off sides, that didn't look to be the case.
Dead ball, encroachment on the defense. Half distance, still second down.
Fairfield Central penalties are starting to really hurt.
Yes, they are.
Second quarter is going along here.
Newberry, you really wanted to see if you couldn't bleed this clock all the way down and punch it in late, but now we're going to get a timeout, Fairfield Central.
Timeout, Fairfield Central. That's Coach Davis right there. Shout out to my college buddy Daryl Lukey, a proud Newberry grad watching somewhere in South Carolina. Daryl Lukey, the Lukey family, and we love to have people tuning in and let us know they're watching all over the state and all over the world because we're online. We're on the internet as well, but glad to have people tuning in and watching these high school scholar athletes, Joe. Big play for Fairfield Central. If they can some kind of way get a stop right here, you got to go into halftime feeling like you had a reprieve. But all the momentum firmly with Newberry right now.
No question about it. And again,
so South Carolina Sideline Podcast is your home for everything South Carolina Gamecocks, folks. Hosted by Watch Fox Sports director Matt Dowell. This podcast will keep you up to date on all things Gamecock sports. South Carolina Sideline will feature in-depth analysis on all Gamecock sports, special interviews you can't get anywhere else, and hilarious behind-the-scenes stories you've never heard before. Scan the QR code to subscribe. There's a QR code right there. Watch and listen. Matt Dowell doing a great job with that.
Claire Foley on that?
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
Yep,
yes.
she's on that.
Outstanding sports team. Jared Park, I believe his name is on there as well. Up the middle they go, and guess what, folks? We've seen this all night long. Hands to the sky, strike up. The Newberry Bulldog fights on. Touchdown once again, the biggest lead of the ball game for either team now for Newberry, Joe. SCDC touchdown.
And once again, for the third time tonight, Caldwell into the end zone, and you'll see it right here. It's power football. You just get down here on the goal line. You see big bodies leading the way in there. Give credit, big 53 in there. Looked like that was Jordan Wright. He was leading the way, plays nose guard a lot, but he was a lead blocker right there.
Good snap, good hold, and dead, solid, perfect, straight down the middle. 35-21, Newberry now with a 2-touchdown lead, 1:44 left to play in the half, and they have taken control of the ball game. A hot dog. You said a hot dog right there. I'm going to tell you what, a Sonic hot dog wouldn't hurt my feelings right now at all. Would not hurt my feelings at all.
A little bit of Sonic ice cream a little bit later,
cherry
too.
Limeade.
You know?
Let's not get that cherry limeade on the way home. What you talking about? Delicious stuff, man.
And now if you're Newberry, I'm not sure what you do, but I'm not kicking it to zero.
Sir.
I don't care if you kick it in the stands.
Kick it up here to Joe Cashin.
Squib it.
Something. Take a bite out of it.
Whatever.
Take a knife and fork and cut it into pieces. I mean, you can't count on penalties. Continue to.
No, you can't.
He's had a couple big ones. The penalties. The only thing to stop them on the return game is penalties.
I mean, they've had 2 that have wiped out.
I mean,
massive returns.
Joe, you even mentioned it. I mean, it's a great point, observation by you. They kicked it to the sideline to pin them down. That didn't work.
And that didn't even work. I mean, you can see the thought behind it, and maybe it didn't work this last time because there truly was a holding call down there. But
the lane was too large, though, Joe. I'm saying that. He had a gashing lane to run through. I mean, and he's smart. He hesitates enough. He lets the blockers develop in front of him. Walker just has a knack for returns, and it's just sometimes you can't even coach that.
No, you can't, Stacy. That's a great point. Great return, man. You can't really coach that kind of stuff. It's instinct. You wait for your blocking to develop. Timing. You wait it, and then boom, you hit it when you get it, right? I mean, it's not something that great return guys are very hard to find. But when you find one, are they fun to watch?
And here we go. Will look great opportunity to go kickoff. They're going to squib it this time. They're trying it across the 30. And guess what? The first man still didn't get him down. He still got the ball up to the 37-yard line.
That's okay, though.
No, you'll take that. Yeah, that wasn't him. That was 14. They kicked it away from him. And that's smart. I would just make sure somebody else runs it back. That was Kalen Culp, a freshman. You'll see those ninth graders in the ball game. So with a minute 39, which in this game is, don't forget the first minute 30 of the game, we had 2 touchdowns. So big plays have happened here. I wonder if you get Dre Walker out on a bubble screen with that kind of room, what can he do? I'm sure they'll send an attempt to get him the ball. He's a stud. We talked about him leading into the broadcast. That's Coach Cedric Jeter in his 4th season. Remember we had his game last year. And I believe I talked to him his 1st season here, taking over for Phil Strickman. Ball's at the 40. That's checked at the 37-yard line. Will they go to the air, Joe? No. Up the middle again. Caden Diggs still running. Caden Diggs kicks out. Caden Diggs across the 40. Good speed. Caden Diggs dragged down at about the 31-yard line. That is huge, Joe. That changes the complexion of this drive right here. MUSC first down for Fairfield.
About a 32-yard pickup right there. And once again, the explosive plays continue. Fact like he wants to maybe pitch it and get it to the perimeter, keeps it himself, and well, Caden Diggs has done all he can tonight to keep Fairfield Central in this game. They're knocking on the door. Plenty of time to go here in the first half.
You got to be real serious about tackling Caden Diggs. He's not going down because you wish him down. They didn't wrap him up that time. He kept the legs going. MUSC first down. Ball's at the 31. Still don't have to throw it. A minute 31. First down stops the clock in high school football. That's a low throw. And he's going to wish he had that one back, Joe, because he had a man over there with the blocker. And he's trying to get it I just talked about the screen to Walker. This is what they're trying to do, and why not, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, just didn't get enough air into that football that time. Just didn't get it out there in a place where Walker could catch it and make something happen with it.
And 2 things happen with a play like that, Joe. You missed fire on that, but now you've kind of given that play up, so now they're going to shade to that now. So the element of surprise is not going to be there like it would have been had they hit that first time. See if they try to get it upfield to the playmakers. Diggs again. Why not, Joe? And the ball came out, but it's when he hit the ground. That can't be a fumble. It only came out when he landed.
I thought so, too. I think that's ground calls that.
And the Newberry fans want it, but they know football. It's a very knowledgeable fan base up here in Newberry. And he almost got that first down. It's going to be second and probably a half a yard right there. Check that, 3rd and a half a yard. That was huge, though, because it's 4-down territory. They're not giving the ball up anyway. So.
No,
Which to me almost makes this could be a possible pass. If you're going to run it anyway, the element of surprise could be right here with a pass. But hasn't Caden Diggs been the guy with the ball in his hands?
All night long for Fairfield, no question.
The fumble hurt him in the last drive, but he's been their best bright spot other than the return game. And that's the throw, Joe. I did talk about it. And you know what? He got hit at the line of scrimmage. He had a man running. It was trying to get it to Walker, and after the play, it's going to be a personal foul, and it's going to be big who this is on now. It was 2 players I saw. Might be 9 from Newberry.
Now, Thomas DeWalt from Newberry, and they're signaling against Fairfield.
Okay, so, he might have been the recipient because he was gesturing after the play. That's going to be huge.
At least the Newberry coaches are saying against Fairfield. But
Newberry players, too.
Let's see how they...
That's a drive killer if it's on Fairfield Central.
Fairfield Central. We'll see.
Yeah, it is. And I see the reaction to Caden Diggs when I talked to one of his linemen, slapped him on the helmet, like we can't do it. They going to Michael Jackson moonwalk. They going to reverse skate right here, Joe.
You just can't afford to have that happen if you're the Griffins. I mean,
drive killer.
you got a chance to get back to within a score at halftime. And I mean, you still do, but I mean, 3rd and 1 now turns into 3rd and 16.
After the play, dead ball, personal foul on the offense. Results of the play was first down.
Result of the play.
That was an incomplete pass. How could it be first down? And if that's after the play, it should be 4th down.
That's what they need to talk. The referees didn't have a huddle on this because Demetrius Davis is confused too. You saw him.
That was an incomplete pass, was it not? Did I miss somebody catching that ball?
No, it was a complete pass. This is nobody from Newberry seems to be saying anything. This should be 4th down. And it don't matter. It doesn't matter because he threw an interception and he had Walker wide open. Trey Walker was wide open and maybe he thought he was going to keep running. It's going to be a moot point because King Diggs hit 14 between the 1 and the 4. Cordell Jackson.
He's just throwing this ball up for grabs right here. And again, the penalty really backs him up, puts him in a tough spot. Just didn't get enough air again under this ball, and just kind of just misfires that ball right there.
Walker was wide open, and he threw it right to 14. Some miscommunication.
Cordell Jackson back there. He's just playing center field. Yeah, your Newberry, you got 30 seconds and 3 timeouts. That's plenty of time. Yeah, as crazy as it would seem.
Cordell Jackson, the junior, has a turnover chain.
And Newberry will have the ball first coming out. So, I mean, they are in firm command of this game. And boy, penalties and mistakes have really hurt Fairfield Central. Penalty on a kickoff, a fumble by the quarterback, and now an interception.
Yeah, the second quarter has not been crisply played by the Griffins. And, of course, Newberry's going to try to go ahead and be content to run that out. Did Fairfield Central call a timeout after that one? The clock, the clock's running again now, okay. So that we have time for one more play probably in this half. And folks, we have a lot of good stuff coming up at halftime. You don't want to miss it. Halftime show is really good on here. 35-21 is your score. They are not going to snap it.
Last play of the half right there.
Yeah, that was it. I thought I wasn't sure what the play clock was, but they're going to go to the locker rooms. 35-21. Coach Davis will talk to his guys about these penalties. There's going to be some paint coming up the wall in that locker room for Fairfield Central. Coming up in a moment, of course, as always, at halftime, we go down to Claire Foley, and we'll do that shortly. But the Lexington Medical Center brings you our Coach's Corner. They're the only local independent hospital in the Midlands. And then they say, we're here to care for you whenever you need us. Be well. Lexington Medical Center. It's been a very, very exciting first half, folks, and we'll talk about it down the field. Claire Foley with the coach.
Coach, back and forth all to start this game. Right now, your team has the edge. What's it going to take to maintain it?
We've got to keep up the intensity. We're going to have to focus on the fundamentals. I expect it to be this kind of game with that kind of program over there. So we're going to have to stay dialed in and continue to just stress fundamentals and stress playing with intent and just playing with passion.
Neither team is letting each other take a play off. What kind of endurance and strength are you going to need in the second half?
It's going to take everything from this summer that we worked on. It's going to take it all. I mean, that's a proud community, proud tradition over there, and it's a big-time rival, so it's going to take everything we got.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Jeter. Thank you, Claire, on the sideline with our Lexington Medical Coach's Corner. Stay with us, folks. Halftime coming up. We in Newberry to score. Newberry 35, Fairfield Central 21 on FNR Game of the Week. Stay with us.
Saturday strong with Big Noon Saturday.
Rocco backed in Iowa State take on Iowa in the Cy-Hawk Series. It's Big Noon Saturday on Fox.
Saturday on Watch Fox.
Subscribe to Watch Fox on YouTube to see the content you may have missed on air. Engage with your community. Like, comment, and click the notification bell and never miss an update.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
What does MUSC Health mean to the Midlands? Here, you'll get innovative heart care. Here, you'll spend more time with a doctor. Here, you'll make real connections. Here, you'll benefit from groundbreaking research. Here, you'll have another chance at life. MUSC Health, changing what's possible here in the Midlands.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Welcome back, folks, in Newberry, South Carolina. We stand at 35-21. The Newberry Bulldogs over the Fairfield Central Griffins. We're at halftime here on our FNR Game of the Week. And with that, let's go down to the field with Claire Foley and the educator from Fairfield Central High School.
Thanks, guys. Here with Acting Superintendent Tracy Swilley. Tracy, we've got two really impressive football teams out on the field here tonight, but you've got a really impressive arts program as well.
Yes, we do. Fairfield Central High School is an arts and a basic curriculum school, and so we are here highlighting our band tonight that is in the stands, but also our orchestra team. Our orchestra was invited to perform this year at the 2026 South Carolina Music Educators Association Conference, which is one of the highest honors that you can receive in the state. So very excited about them.
And your school district really cares about your teachers. Talk to us about what you guys are doing to go that extra mile and how the kids are involved in it.
Absolutely. So the village at Winsboro is our teacher residence, a teacher village where they have state-of-the-art homes that afford our teachers a housing in the area. But one of the things we're excited about is our students are actually building a pavilion. So they're designing it, they're planning it, they're getting all the materials and building it to beginning in October 1st, and we'll open in spring 2026 so it would be awesome to have our teachers experience a pavilion provided by the students that they serve each and every day from Fairfield Career and Technology Center. So excited about that real world experience for them.
Awesome stuff all around. Well, thank you so much, Tracy. We'll send it back up to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Dr. Swilley. And now time for our educator, time for our scholar athlete, brought to you by South Carolina Army National Guard. And this week for Fairfield Central, it is Krishi Patel. Krishi is all region in soccer and also on the cross country and track and field teams for the Griffins. At school, he is the valedictorian with a 5.1 GPA and is on track to earn an associate's degree in science from Midland Tech this spring. In the community, Krishi volunteers on community services projects as well as with the Beta Club. He enlisted in the National Guard and graduated basic training in August. Next year, he hopes to attend USC to major in civil engineering, and we wish him the very best of luck. Congratulations, Krishi Patel. You're our Scholar Athlete of the Week from South Carolina Army National Guard for Fairfield Central High School. Stay with us, folks. More halftime coming up from Mike Ware Stadium in Newberry, South Carolina. FNR Game of the Week.
Matt Dowell here with Stephen Vicari with Stewart Law Offices. Stephen, your support of local schools and communities is so important. How do you hope that support and investment to these student athletes supports that?
Well, we think education is important, and we know that participating in sports helps the educational process. It helps folks become more accountable, better communicators, and more disciplined. And our hope is that we have that effect on the student athletes, but also that it has a ripple effect in others in the community, and that's something worth investing in.
Yeah, that investment is so very important. Well, thank you for sharing, Stephen. But guys, stick around. More football is on the way.
Corrections is a team. A group of individuals working together to accomplish a shared goal, striving for correctional excellence to achieve a safer South Carolina, promoting security, demonstrating professionalism, serving with integrity. Corrections is unique. Security, medical, maintenance, food service, diverse positions that make us whole. Working to build something better together. This team is making a difference. Together, this team is making correct.
Welcome back. Halftime score here at the FNR Game of the Week from Newberry, South Carolina. The Bulldogs of Newberry up 35-21 over the Fairfield Central Griffins. Stacy Huff up here in the booth. Joe Cash alongside. Let's go down to the field with an educator from Newberry with Claire Foley. Claire.
Thanks, guys. Here with Newberry High School Principal Sarah Harvey. Sarah, obviously you have league champion football on display here tonight, but you got champions in the classroom as well.
That's true. We have a rich history in our athletics, and we've made a lot of strides academically. Recently, we're projected to go over 10 points over the last 2 years on our report card. I'm probably most proud, though, that we have very well-rounded students. So we celebrate our diversity. We're very inclusive. We are a unified school. We're hosting Special Olympics this year, so I'm very proud of who our students are as people.
And your students are bringing it out in the community, too. They're rallying behind it, and you guys are this week's winners in our Sonic Car Hop. We have Taylor from Sonic here to present the check for $500 to Newberry High School. Congratulations, guys. We'll send it back up to you in the booth.
Thank you, Claire, and of course, congratulations to Newberry for winning the Car Hop this week. And our Scholar Athlete of the Week brought to you by the South Carolina Army National Guard this week for Newberry High School is Vanessa Martinez. Vanessa is an all-region soccer player for the Bulldogs and earned the Defense Award last season. At school, she has a 5.203 GPA and serves as student body president and is a member of a National Honor Society and National Tech Honor Society. She is active in the community, volunteering to help raise funds for breast cancer awareness. And Vanessa hasn't decided right now where she is headed to school next year, but we wish her the very best wherever her future plans take her. Congratulations, Vanessa. You're our Scholar Athlete of the Week for Newberry High School from the South Carolina Army National Guard. Good luck to you in your future endeavors. Stay with us, folks. More halftime rolls on here from Newberry on the FNR High School Football Game of the Week.
What does MUSC Health mean to the Midlands? Here, you'll get innovative heart care. Here, you'll spend more time with a doctor. Here, you'll make real connections. Here, you'll benefit from groundbreaking research. Here, you'll have another chance at life. MUSC Health, changing what's possible here in the Midlands.
Need better sleep tonight? Michaelis Mattress can get you on the bed of your dreams today. Michaelis Mattress has been helping people across the Midlands find the right bed for the right price for more than 35 years. We care about your quality of sleep, so you can trust us to put you on the best mattress for your specific needs. Get huge savings on popular brands like Sealy, Simmons, Serva, and Tempur-Pedic. Plus, get up to 60-month special financing. From something for the kiddos to something for your master suite, we have you covered with a huge selection. Michaelis Mattress. Buy it today. Sleep better tonight.
When your comfort is at risk, who do you call?
At Kaminer Heating and Cooling, we'll never sell you something you don't need. You get clear options, transparent pricing with our straightforward pricing guide, and the final choice is always yours.
No pressure, no sales gimmicks, just honest answers.
Welcome back. Halftime, folks. The score, Newberry 35, Fairfield Central 21. It's been an exciting first half. How did we get to 31-21, 35-21? I'm glad you asked. We have a moving picture show to explain it. Talk about it, Joe.
Oh, just all kind of big plays in the first half. You'll see Fairfield Central scoring here early. Then back comes Newberry. Kenneth Caldwell, one of his several touchdowns there in the first half. Then you have Derek Cabin for Fairfield Central. He's scoring. Man, this thing is going so fast, just like these two teams were in the first half. Once again, here comes Caldwell off of the races once again. He goes 61 yards for this touchdown run. That tied the game at 14. And then once again, here comes Abrams back, 16-yard touchdown run. That gave Newberry their first lead of the night, 21-14. But how about this big 44-yard pass? Touchdown, Ty Shannon. He catches it for Fairfield Central. They make that 21-21. Back comes Newberry with the final two scores of the first half. Abrams on a 2-yard run, then Caldwell his third touchdown in that first half from 2 yards out also. 35-21. I'm out of breath, Stacy.
There's a lot going on. We got more coming. Save your breath for the second half. That was our game tonight. How about some national highlights from last week around the country on the Games of the Week? Let's go down on the field with Claire Foley and Coach Demetrius Davis. Claire.
Coach, probably unsurprising that this has been such a tough battle between both teams so far. What's it going to take for your team to get back the edge and maintain it?
Well, we can't turn the football. This team is too good of a football team to turn the football. We got to be able to capitalize whenever we get in the red zone, and we can't turn the football over.
Penalties on both sides here tonight. What was the message in terms of cleaning things up?
Well, we got to clean it up. You know, we can't beat this caliber of team making those kind of self-inflicted wounds is what we call them. So hopefully we can clean that up, take care of football. We got to get a stop here in the second half and see if we can stay in this football game.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, when we come back, we'll be with Fairfield Central at Newberry. Score coming into the second half, 35-21.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
At Atkins Law, we believe who you hire matters, but don't take our word for it. Hear it from our clients.
From the front desk to the paralegals answering my questions to the one I have in my back, I couldn't ask for a better team of professionals.
From my first phone call to meeting Joe in person, I knew I was going to be in good hands.
Holly has a great practice, and her various experiences brings tons of knowledge to each of her clients.
Remember, who you hire matters.
Matt Dowell here with Stephen Vicari with Stewart Law Offices. Stephen, how did the partnership with Sonic Friday Night Rivals come about, and why is it so important for you guys to invest in your local community?
Well, we're committed to the community that we live in, work in, and where our kids go to school. And without sounding cliche, investing in this kind of helps us give back a little bit. We think it's important for everyone to come together around sports, particularly high school football, because it brings out the best in everyone.
It certainly does, Stephen. Well, stay tuned, guys, because we got more football on the way.
We are almost set for the continuation of what's been a wild and crazy first half. 35-21, Newberry up over Fairfield Central, and lots of numbers on the highlight list here. Stacy Huff, Joe Cash, high in the press box, Claire Foley down the field, and we'll look at some of those numbers here in just a moment. Take a look, Joe.
Yeah, you see them right there, Stacy. No surprise with a 35-21 score. You see a lot of numbers like that. Newberry, 291 yards on the ground, 90 in the air, nearly 400 yards of total offense. They didn't turn it over, had 6 penalties. Meanwhile, Fairfield Central, 144 total offense. They got a lot of their scoring opportunities through the return game and special teams, but they also had some massive turnovers that hurt them. They also had 9 penalties in that half, and you heard Coach Davis talk about it with Claire right before we went to that last break. They have to cut down on penalties and turnovers. No kidding, right? If you're going to get back into a game against this good Newberry team, so we'll see what they do here in the second half.
Both teams highly respect the other team. Both coaches talked about their opponent across the field and how they got to stay on their game. Will look great opportunity. School kickoff coming up left to right. Fairfield Central down 2 touchdowns, kicking off to Newberry. Newberry has taken the game by the throat in that second quarter. Up 2 touchdowns, about to receive the football, and will look great. 100 years helping students build a better future, and they're gonna. If you're Fairfield Central, nothing's bigger right now than getting the ball back for your offense. You got to get a stop here. Short kick at the 16-yard line, and good tackle right there. The first man there for Fairfield Central was number 6, Brenton Mack, and they got some help from some buddies, and they got a nice physical tackle right there. Return man was Cash Brown. And we'll see what
well, that return of the Mac there that stopped that kickoff.
Return of the Mac.
I love that tune, man.
I see you did that one. You got us. Okay, we'll do some songs in the second half. Okay, okay, buddy duck. I'll take your challenge. I'll see you and raise you one. That's a big line. Look at Newberry's line. That's a big offensive
Look
line.
at those guys. I'm telling you.
We'll see. Ken Caldwell's had success running behind them, as well as I think kid's going to be a star, number 7 right there. Ty Abrams, only a sophomore. They're going to bubble screen this time. It threw him almost into trouble, but nice dancing to the block setup. That might be a first down that time, received by Jameer Crooks. He's been silent. Had 195 yards coming into the ball game.
He's got the ball out on the perimeter here, Stacy, to this near side, and that's good patience by Crooks to kind of set up some blocking down the field, and he's able to pick up a first down on the first play of the second half.
Yeah, I misspoke. He had 195 and 3 touchdowns against Chapin in one game. So he's a kid who knows how to light it up, taking advantage of people keying on House. The Gamecock commit. House is in the slot at the top of your screen up there. That's going to be Abrams, nowhere to go. Just white jerseys everywhere. 13 was one of the guys in there. Hadn't called his name tonight. Wayne Johnson, the junior.
Keyshawn Williams also in there.
Keyshawn Williams, a good-sized kid, 5'11", 250. Those guys are not missing any meals up there in Winsboro. Look at the gun. See the gun show coming out to show the pass right there. Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11. Ken Caldwell with a deep shotgun snap. He's looking to go over the middle, over through House. Will covered. That's athlete on athlete right there. That was Trey Walker covering House. Overshot about a smidge, Joe.
That was a deep drop.
Yes.
By the quarterback, Kenton Caldwell, and he threw a laser that House just couldn't quite come down with.
Yeah, he sets up deep in the shotgun from the beginning. He's back, looks like a little farther than most. And then he dropped back from there. He's back pretty good there on that, where he takes the snap from. 3rd and 11. Fairfield Central trying to get off the field here. Fake the bubble screen, the shoulder roll, the double move, and he had a man. Cash Brown is open. Caught. Cash Brown at the 30. 20, it'll be a touchdown. Newberry strike up. The Newberry fights on. Cash rules everything around me. Dollar bill, y'all. Strike up. That fight's on. Once again, Newberry in command. SCDC touchdown.
You can't throw a better ball than this, Stacy. I mean, Cash Brown had a step on the defender, but boy, just watch how Caldwell drops this ball in here. He has plenty of time. drops this ball in there in stride, and Cash, cha-ching, into the end zone.
Pay the man.
He's in pay dirt.
There
right
you go.
There.
We got it.
There we go.
Cash just paid that. Listen, they've been trying to get him the ball, Joe. And bubble screens and other action. And that time, that shoulder roll, the double move, they fooled him. And now it's getting dangerous for Fairfield Central. Rubio in for the extra point. Rubio down through the chute. Hands to the sky. 42-21, Newberry in full command. They've doubled up Fairfield Central. We'll be back right after these words on the FNR Game of the Week.
We pickled everything, Sam. The Big Deal Meal, Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
When your comfort is at risk, who do you call?
At Kamener Heating and Cooling, we'll never sell you something you don't need. You get clear options, transparent pricing with our straightforward pricing guide, and the final choice is always yours.
No pressure, no sales gimmicks, just honest answers.
Welcome back, folks. We've just seen Newberry with another explosive play in this ball game go up 42-21. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin up high, Claire Foley down on the field. And coming up in the fourth quarter, we'll announce our Atkins Law Firm Player of the Game, folks. If you're looking for a workers' comp attorney, remember, who you hire matters. Shout out to Joe Weidman and the crew over at Atkins Law Firm. Saw Joe this past weekend. Great guy. He's called some games for us over the years.
Yep.
From a Presbyterian football player, Belton Honey Path State champion and USC Law School graduate. Demetrius Davis, we've seen him and Coach Jeter on the stalking the sidelines. Both coaches healthy respect for each other in this rivalry game. But Joe, Newberry owed Fairfield Central a little something from last year. Looks like they're trying to get the lick back.
They're collecting all the receipts right now. I mean, they're now at 468 yards of total offense after a 77-yard drive that took just 4 plays. Look out.
They hit a player, and it was loose for a second. That was a little great opportunity to score kickoff, and trying to catch them sleeping and slipping, and good job getting that carom. And I think that was 7 that fell on it for Fairfield Central. That was Chance Hempfield, the senior. He gets up limping, but that would have been devastating had they were trying to go and go for the neck right there, right?
They sure were, and also trying to keep the ball out of the hands of Dre Walker at the same time.
That too. Dre Walker has been very dangerous. He may be one of the best shots Fairfield has, but you don't want the other team kicking off to him. You want to get him on the punt returns. 10:38. We're early in the second half, and the last 3 touchdowns of the ball game by Newberry. Oh, big hit in the hole. Good gracious. Caden Diggs got walloped right at the line of scrimmage. Good gracious.
Caden Diggs made a living off that play in the first half. Take the handoff, keep it yourself, go between the tackles. When Newberry made an adjustment that time.
That tell you was Griffin. Somebody laid the wood. Griffin got up late right there. It might have been him, but they definitely made that adjustment in the locker room, Joe. So Diggs may have to look elsewhere for his yardage. 2nd and 10. Oh, they're going to give him 1. 2nd and 9 on that play. Thrown out to Walker, the kid. He's dangerous. He's trying to get to the outside. Put a foot in the ground, Joe. It's just electric over there. It's going to be a first down, Fairfield Central. Yeah, getting the ball in his hands is got to be a wise move. That's a camera they're heating and cooling first down. Can't go wrong with Walker touching it.
I tell you, again, you see some guys that are just special. Yeah. When they get their hands on the ball, you think, I mean, any moment that could go.
Her name is Erdris. It goes by Dre. They're going to fake the handoff, and Diggs is going to try it again. Diggs dancing in the hole. good for about 3 or 4, but they're going to need bigger chunk yardage in the second half, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to make Diggs' life a little bit harder here in this second half. Just keep that ball.
Big 53 right there.
Yeah, we mentioned him in the first half. He had a big half. Jordan Wright, big nose guard.
They don't have their heights and weights for Newberry on the roster. I'd love to know his measurements because he's a large fellow. He's getting all of his meals in. 2 wide receivers in the formation. Gun in motion. Diggs going up top. That's that pattern they scored on. It's the same exact matchup. And the pattern they ran when they scored the last passing touchdown, they had Taquarius Shannon, and this time could not connect.
Nope. Got good pressure, too, up the middle. Kind of moved him off his spot a little bit. Errant with the throw. And now big play here. Fairfield Central has got to keep this football and put some points on the board with this drive if they hope to get back in it.
And I wonder, do they keep it both downs either way?
I think so. I think you have to.
Yes.
I mean, because you got to anticipate Newberry's going to score every time they get it.
It's early, but the game is kind of feel like it's in a balance here in this drive. A lot of time. He just stood there, and the ball came out, but Diggs raked it back in. But he stood there, stood still for a second, and stared him down. And that young man right there is having himself a night. Big number 11 lowered the pads on Diggs.
And Diggs is frustrated at one of his wide receivers too. Not real sure what that's about. He takes a snap. You'll see it right here, Stacy. He just kind of plants himself, and boy, you just don't have that time. He coughs up the ball right there. Ball's out, but he's fortunate to get it back. And really no chance here, or no choice rather, for Fairfield. They got to punt this ball away.
Let's go. This is they in very, very dangerous waters right here. Punt team is in.
As I say, it's getting late early. Stacy.
Yogi Berra once said that. The late great Yankees catcher. I'm a Yankees fan, by the way, John. I know I'm in Braves territory, but I'm a Yankees fan. They need to stop striking out so much. High kick. Gonna get a nice roll inside the 5-yard line. This is what Fairfield Central, the best they can hope out of the situation, but they haven't had a chance to stop, get too many stops. They need another stop. 8:07 left in the third. We'll be right back with more third quarter action after our game of the week.
Matt Dowell here with Stephen Vicari with Stewart Law Firms. Stephen, you guys have such a personal connection with our community schools. How does that connection help influence this firm's commitment to our local education?
Well, a lot of folks who work for the Stewart Law offices are in education, whether it's in the administration as a teacher or a librarian or a speech therapist. So we understand that it's a very difficult job, and so we kind of view this partnership as more of a commitment to the growth and success of our community.
That's amazing. Education is so important. Well, thank you for sharing, Stephen. But guys, stick around. More football is on the way.
Welcome back, folks. 8:07 left in the third quarter. Stacy Huff, Joe Cash, and Claire Foley. Glad to have you with us on the call. Fairfield Central in command. And during the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. And the law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out, when the red lights are flashing. Joe Cash, that sack, fumble, recovered by Fairfield Central. But could that be the bus stop of the game? It was a big one. It was a big one. It would be among those considered, I'm sure.
Or the sack fumble in the first half that set up a very short field for Newberry, which really kind of, if you want to know where this game kind of turned, kind of in that sequence, and then Fairfield had a big kickoff return called back by a holding call, and then they got nothing out of the subsequent drive, and a 21-21 game has now been doubled by Newberry.
Exactly right. You know, in a game with this much scoring, offensive firepower, there's still always stops in a football game that's going to matter, right?
Yep.
Somebody's got to get more stops than another team, and it's been Newberry thus far. Fairfield Central looking for a big stop right here inside with Newberry pinned inside their 2-yard line. They want to get the ball back right here with great field position. Ken Caldwell throwing it up to House, and there he is. The Gamecock commit goes up and uses the 6'4" frame to pull it out from the end zone. A 25-yard connection. That is a camera heating and cooling first down for Newberry. That's a big play, Joe.
I'll tell you what, Stacy, he was one broken tackle away from taking that thing 99. You see the play right here from the end zone. Good shot here. Caldwell just back in his end zone, just flips it out there, and House, that big frame of his, he goes up and catches it. He's able to elude that one guy. He's still going.
Yeah, talk about a shirt tail. Camera heating and cooling, keeping you comfortable in your home since 1956. And Jameer Crooks go get hit for a big loss. Get a number. That's number 1 right there. Douglas McLeod Jr., an impressive kid. I was impressed with him last year. On our broadcast, I mentioned that he's a heat-seeking missile, but that's a big loss.
It is. Big-time tackle for loss. They're going to lose about 6 on this play, maybe 7.
Yeah, they look like they marked it at the 19-yard line. That is definitely a loss of 7 on the play. But 7 and 17 puts them in behind the sticks. Although Newberry's probably not real anxious to throw it. You know, they don't have to throw right now. And yet they are. Caldwell looks over the middle. He's going deep. He has Crooks. Oh, he had about a step. Did he not put his arms on? I think my depth perception is off. Was that within arm's length? A dive, maybe?
Kind of looked like it to me, Stacy, from where we're looking at that play. I thought that was kind of right, a catchable ball.
Look at that. Look at that.
Jess right there.
Look at that, Jessica. Camera woman extraordinaire right there. Camera lady.
She does a great job. This whole crew does a fantastic job.
She steps back to get coach in the shot. That's what professionalism right there. She moved back. The selflessness is what I'm talking about. The selflessness.
I thought that was a catchable ball.
It kind of seemed that way, but listen, he had his back to us. That ball might have been a couple yards out in front, but it was definitely open, though. It was missed.
May have been.
3rd and 17, and there it is. That was not missed. You got to make a man miss to get the first down. He's going to be stopped short, and that was out to Cash Brown. The man who scored a touchdown just a few moments ago.
They got that 68-yarder.
Yeah. 4th down. They're going to keep it. They're going to keep there on the field here, Joe.
Now this is interesting here. I mean, you got a 3-score lead, 6.5 to go in the 3rd. You really don't have to go for this. They might try to drop
They're
offside.
They're going to try to make them jump here. And Fairfield Central has to be disciplined and not.
I would be shocked. Yeah, I'm going to say they're going to try that just to see and then take a timeout.
Yeah, that would have been really a gamble with a 3-touchdown lead. All right, take a look at Coach Jeter right there. He's got to be pretty pleased right now after a tough start to the ball game. Both defenses were looking kind of on roller skates the first quarter.
No kidding.
And they settled down, and after Fairfield Central tied it up 21-all, it's been not a nuka. They shut them down like what, Joe? What did they shut them down like?
Like a fire marshal at a frat house party,
Fire marshal at a frat house party. I got to get that patented. Too many words to fit on the T-shirt, but I got to get it patented. They shut it down. And the reason I know because I was at some frat house parties that got shut down before.
Well, you could put some words on the front and maybe finish it on the back.
There you go.
If you did a T-shirt like that.
I need to trademark it, get it copyrighted, all that good stuff. But they said, not a nuka. You will have nothing and you will like it. And I tell you what, there's still a lot of time left, 6:25 in the 3rd quarter, but Fairfield Central has to find some answers, Joe. The run up, the quarterback run, the middle has been sealed off. They're having a hard time getting the ball to Walker. They got to find something.
Possessions become extremely valuable in the second half, especially when you're down 3 scores.
Agreed, sir. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. And this punt coming up now by Kenton Caldwell. It's interesting in high school how many quarterbacks are the punters. It's really very interesting. It's a large percentage. And he's going to kick it up. That's a very short kick. Is he the normal kicker? Because that was not a good kick.
I'm not real sure what that's about. Might as well go for that if you're going to do that. I mean,
Fairfield Central's going to get the ball at about the 45-yard line. That's a net of about 10 yards.
If that, I'm thinking. I mean, my goodness.
Oh, no, it's not that. More than that. They get about the 41. That's 6 yards. Look at Caldwell. The player there is questioning where it went out of bounds, I think. But that's a net of about 6 yards. You might as well go for it in that case. Can Fairfield Central make them pay, though, Joe?
That's the big thing right here. You get another possession in plus territory if you're Fairfield. You converted 2 of those types of possessions for touchdowns in the first half. Can you do it a 3rd time here and maybe try to climb back into this game?
I'll tell you what, 19 below us is a playmaker other than Walker that can get things done for him. He's down here, one-on-one coverage down here. They're going to give us a reverse with Walker. They tried it to him a different kind of way, and blue jerseys everywhere. They had a team meeting on Dre Walker, Joe Cashin. A team meeting, a cookout.
I like the idea of maybe running some chicanery right there if you're Fairfield Central, but we've talked about it all night, Stacy. Going east-west just isn't going to work. I mean, these teams are too good defensively, too much speed. They string things out. And if you're Newberry, you know they're trying to get the ball to Walker. Okay, you're going to watch this. I'll watch it right here. Kind of fake the handoff, coming back with the end around this way. And
Sen blew it up. Sen missed the play up.
And Sen was, we featured him in the opening. He had a fumble recovery in the first half, too.
And here's Diggs again trying to get up the middle. He's a strong runner, keeping his legs turning. He's going to push the pile as he's done all night and gets about 5 to 6 yards, but they were behind the sticks. They lost 4 in the previous play, so right back now, it's going to be 3rd and 9 in best case scenario with a good spot.
And you're 2-down territory, too. True. Demetrius Davis. You're 2-down territory.
True.
So you got 2 plays to pick up these. Well, it's going to be about 3rd and 8, but.
And they've been, not super exciting about throwing the ball. They had the one big play to Shannon, a couple screens to Walker, but nothing has been consistent in the passing game. And they're going to try to look over the middle. No, he's got it going to the sideline. He has a wide open Shannon. Overthrown by half a yard. Look, he's throwing his hands. He's frustrated. Diggs is frustrated.
He knows he should have called that, Stacy. I think that's catchable ball, to be honest with you. I mean, this is just a great throw, I think. You got Shannon out here, and I think you got to reel that in.
Yeah, maybe a dive. That's the one. This is the guy. Same kid I mentioned earlier. He had a play that we saw him in a play that we thought was almost uncatchable. He lost the dude and made our highlights, and I said last year made our year-end national highlights for the FNR games of the week around the country. So Shannon knows he was only a 10th grader when he did it last year. He's only a junior now. But that was it, Joe. That was what they needed. That was the play. Perfect call. He was open.
And they're going to punt this.
I'm a little surprised. A lot of time left on the clock, Joe, but the only thing justifies that is the ball being there. That justifies it. They get mark it down at the 2. But last time they were there, they didn't pin them there. So.
And fourth and 8 is a tough pickup. So I kind of get that, too.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not likely to get 4th and 8. If you had 4th and 5 or less, then absolutely. But 4th and 8 is kind of a tough deal.
Yeah, and I think you see them trying to get creative, getting the ball to Walker. They tried to throw it to him short. They're trying to hand it to him on the reverse. That's going to be key, getting him to find a way to get him the ball in some space, because they need to score explosive plays now. They really can't. As the clock ticks down toward the 4th quarter, they don't have enough time to do long drives. And especially with right now Newberry pinned here. If Newberry gets a couple of first downs, they're going to take this into the 4th quarter. And in motion in his own end zone, and they're going to pull it, kick Caldwell around the right side and finish with a lean. It's going to be a nice pickup of 9 on first down. Good job by him reading those blocks, Joe.
Again, you're faking the jet, coming to this near side, and you keep it yourself. We might have an injured player.
Yes, it was a Fairfield Griffin down on the field. It's with number 11, Joey Jamison. Jamison's a junior. Hope it's just a cramp at this time. You hate to wish a cramp on anyone, but that's the least bad injury you can have, because they go away.
And it is a hot, muggy night here in Newberry.
Yeah, and I jinxed it earlier. I said we hadn't had any, but it's still in the high 70s. And usually when you get to, start getting late September, October, the temperature's cool at night. So South Carolina weather is what it is.
Now, fall is coming this week, so we'll see what next Friday night brings.
Yes.
I think we'll be at Camden next week.
Yes, we will. Right down. You and I will be close to home again.
Right in the neighborhood again, Stacey.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be Dreer at Camden.
My alma mater, Camden.
There you go. That's right. The Fighting Joe Cashins.
Yeah, fighting is right.
Well, they took it on the chin last week to Ridgeview. I think they're going to try to bounce back this week. I don't know if they have an open date or not, but they'll have Dreer coming to their place. They beat Dreer last year. So we shall see. Got to get young man off the field there. He's going to be okay, I believe. And Abrams dancing in the hole again. Abrams, listen, this young man has shown so much talent. Great footwork and balance right there. And he needed a yard. He got about 10. First down for Newberry. Cameron Heating and Cooling, first down. Cameron keeping you comfortable in your home since 1956. Look at that. Nice sideways maneuver.
Yep.
Boy, he's talented.
Great athleticism.
Yeah.
Seen him make some big plays here tonight.
Absolutely.
If you're Newberry, you'd love to just crunch this clock for a while.
It looks like they're going to keep it on the ground again. Kenton Caldwell, boy, big hit. But tough kid, though. Big hit that time from Fairfield Central, Wayne Johnson.
What's really impressive, too, about this Newberry team is they haven't turned the ball over tonight.
Right.
You stay off those turnovers, you can win. They were, they're +3 the turnover margin tonight, and they've converted a couple for touchdowns. So,
as I mentioned, a couple first downs, they can mark it down. They're going to be very deliberate with the play clock. Man in motion is Crooks again, and they give it to him this time. He has speed. Looking to get outside. This is going to be a hold. This play's probably coming back, but Crooks, big run over the midfield, but it's going to be a hold right there around the 26-yard line. They're going to wave him back.
They're saying keep the ball spotted there.
Stay there, so maybe not.
There's maybe a Fairfield Central penalty.
At that location right there, can only be a face mask if it's not a hold, though. But I didn't see that. A lot of conversation right here. A little usher board meeting right there. There it is.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty, spot of the 5. Still second down.
So he marked it. Spot of the 5 was about the 26. So that's a break for Fairfield Central, but can they capitalize?
Big one. Yeah, big one. Well, you got to get a stop now. You got to get Newberry off the field here, because it's going to be second and behind the chains. Probably second and about 13 or so.
Good news for Newberry. If you can get off the field, get them to punt the ball right here. You got to get 0 somewhere around the football on the punt return. But first, you got to get them off the field. So it's going to be. They had 2 more plays to make a stop. And, last time we thought they had him gashed. House made a big catch. And then Caldwell's hurt him with his legs. So let's see what they call here. And it's going to be Caldwell with a short bubble screen to Crooks. Crooks trying to cut it upside. Crooks trying the other side this time. And, there was a hold last time. This time, no penalty and a great catch and run. Ball to the 35-yard line. Cameron heating and cooling first down, Joe.
Excellent play call by Newberry. Just get the ball in the hands of your athletes. That was one of our keys way back in our opener tonight. Get the ball in the hands of the athletes. Jameer Crooks, and he knows what to do with it. Got good blocking. Picks up a fresh set of downs.
Ball's right at the 35-yard line. And
I think we got another Fairfield player cramping.
Yeah. We talked about as the game went on how it was going to go. We've seen so many explosive plays. We've seen a lot of running, hitting. There's been a lot of athleticism displayed out here. Depth becomes the issue. And when these players cramp up, those aren't serious injuries, but they're going to miss a play or two, and you got to have somebody behind them ready to go.
I mean, we've had more explosive plays in this game than we had in the first 4 games combined.
I believe, absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
Just anecdotally off the top of my head, I believe that to be the case.
9 touchdowns says a lot. 9 touchdowns.
Kick returns.
Absolutely.
The voice from the sky says it will be a busy Monday with highlights. And
producer extraordinaire. Listen, I don't envy anyone having to cut highlights for this one here. And guess what? There are more coming.
We got 3 minutes to go in the third. We got another 12 minutes.
It's not going to be. We have some more highlights coming in this game. We will not be going to sleep here in this game. There's some more explosive plays coming because Fairfield Central is going to put in the air in the fourth quarter for sure. Under 3 minutes to play. 2 men flanking. Quarterback. Oh, I tell you what, close to interception, but nice placement of that ball. That's a good senior throw there to Cash Brown. Dropped it right into his receiver for Cameron heating and cooling first down.
That's a great throw. And it's great ball security, too, by Cash Brown. He got hit right as he caught the ball. You'll see it right here. A little slant coming in from the right. Brown was able to make the catch and try to swipe at the ball from behind, but Brown said, ball security is number 1.
Absolutely. More of that's coming. Cameron heating and cooling first down. Once again, balls the 47-yard line, and they're going to give it this time, trying to get outside. And a new back, his first carry of the game for Newberry. That is number 28, Caleb Johnson, a junior. He's been in the game for a good bit of this drive. It's early in this quarter, but that's his first carry. Abrams has a lot. Deserves a little rest, I believe. He's probably up around 120, 130 unofficially.
I would say at least.
At least that. We had a one run, put him at almost 100.
He had a 70-yard run from scrimmage on the first play by Newberry tonight. I mean,
Caldwell, we mentioned his interest. No one's they had actually made the official offer yet, but Catawba, Charleston Southern, SC State, Jameer Crooks across midfield.
If you're Crooks there, you just want to stay in bounds. He's got to shaking his head knowing, I want to stay in bounds there.
Yeah, I definitely promise you he heard that from the sidelines.
Keep that clock moving.
Yeah, without a doubt. You need to play at Fairfield Central. You need to turn over. I know that's a lot to say with a quarter to play, but it's been all Newberry since late second quarter.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right.
Crooks is going. It's going to be a penalty. That is going to be a penalty this time. It looks like it may be offense. It's pre-snap or at the snap. Caldwell looks like he's going to keep it again that time.
Prior to the snap, dead ball, encroachment on the defense.
And I'm wrong that time. It is a
5-yard penalty, still third down.
Usually you don't see those at the snap, but it happened. And Ken Caldwell was also mistaken last year. We did the really exciting game at Fairfield Central. I think he split some quarterback time with another young man, but he played the bulk of the game. But it's his show this year, and he's doing very well with it. This will be 5-0 if they pull it off right here. That's quite the start going into region play.
The referee said third down, but that's a first down.
Yes.
That was enough to fresh set of downs.
Camera heating and cooling, first down. Once again, let's look at Caldwell. Look at right on your TV screen. And listen, he's not getting a lot of yards right there, but I don't think Newberry is too concerned about the yards right now. They seem to be getting enough to keep the ball. So they 10 yards in 3 plays is fine, however they get them. And Fairfield Central, again, they poking at the ball, you're going to see a lot of that, Joe, coming up.
Now you got to strip at it. You got to swipe at it, try to scrape that ball out of there, get a loose football, and get the ball out. I mean, you got to get a sudden change of some sort. I mean, the quarter is about to be over. You're down 3 touchdowns.
So see if they keep it on the ground here. 2nd and 9. They go into the air. Safe pass. And that's Jameer Crooks, surrounded by white jerseys, hit hard, flowing to the football and getting down in a hurry. But decent gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and manageable. Or it should be 3rd and manageable now. Yes, about 4 yards to go. Long 4.
And you saw Crooks right there, Stacy. He could have taken off to the corner and maybe turned the corner and got knocked out of bounds, but he decided to hold up.
He heard you.
Take a shorter
game. You scolded him, Joe. You scolded him.
I guarantee it was his coaches down below.
They're watching.
He said, just stay in bounds. Just do that.
The clock is their friend if you're wearing navy blue.
I don't think they have to snap it again this quarter.
And they probably won't. They're just kind of loitering. They can get a loitering violation right now. just looking, not buying anything, just window shopping right now. And that's where we'll go, folks. 4 fingers to the sky, and 42-21. Newberry has doubled up Fairfield Central with a big 4th quarter. They're trying to close it out here on the Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week.
If Jerry knew football the way Tom Brady knows football, he would in no way be able to handle it.
Come on, Ryan, what do you do? You gotta look off the safety before you... When the safety rotates down, just rip the seam.
Nobody knows football.
Come on, we can do better.
Like Tom Brady.
Urban Meyer.
Football's a way of life.
Mark Ingram II.
You know what I mean?
And Rob Stone team up for football talk that hits harder than game day. The Triple Option, presented by Wendy's.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
What does MUSC Health mean to the Midlands? Here, you'll get innovative heart care. Here, you'll spend more time with a doctor. Here, you'll make real connections. Here, you'll benefit from groundbreaking research. Here, you'll have another chance at life. MUSC Health, changing what's possible here in the Midlands.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands Trophy since 1976.
Welcome back in, folks. We're set for the fourth quarter here on the Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week. Smells like team spirit, folks. The Newberry Bulldogs have a happy fan base. 42-21 over the visiting Griffins of Fairfield Central. Stacy Huff, the legendary Joe Cashin up in the press box. Down the field, Claire Foley doing a great thing. See, I gave you legendary status.
I was going to say, where is the legendary? Where's that guy at?
It's you, man. You're the guy, man.
No.
Coastal Carolina legend. Oh, nice catch, Crooks. Inside the 30, and that's just a nice poised, relaxed throw by a senior quarterback, Kitten Caldwell. It made it look too easy, Joe.
And this drive, Stacy, started with 4:41 to go in the third quarter, started at their own 3-yard line, and now 10 plays later, they're just matriculating the ball down the field, burning time on the clock. You know, the old Hank Stram, right?
That's it. That's it. A gap here with a seal here and a seal there. That was from the Green Bay Packers. A seal here and a seal here. The legendary Joe Cashin, folks, longtime radio play-by-play voice of the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. Once a shot, always a shot, Joe.
That's it.
That's you. Oh, nice fake. Crooks out here got to meet a man. And that's a good tackle, open field tackle right there. But that fake was they almost fooled me a little bit, faking it to Abrams. And then, Abrams hadn't touched it in a while. They kind of giving him some rest.
He's getting some reps here in this second half.
Yes. Because he ran it so much in the first half. They're not asking him to do take a lot of beating here in this second half. They're using him as a decoy. This time he's going to carry it. And he falls forward again. This kid just has the forward lean, the footwork, speed, power. I like that back. Only a 10th grader, folks. And where they marked it, that shouldn't move the sticks right there. Looked like he didn't get a great mark right there.
I don't think he got a good spot either. But I was going to say, where that ball is spotted, that's first down.
Now
they
weren't communicating well on the field. Yeah, it looks like, he got it. That's a Cameron Heating and Cooling first down. Cameron, folks, our second half first down sponsor. I want you to know they've been keeping you comfortable in your home since 1956. And another play fired off right there and just pounding Fairfield Central now. Jim Hudson, Automotive Group Red Zone.
They're running these plays kind of quickly too, Stacy. I mean, they're not really bleeding the play clock. They're just getting up there and snapping it and kind of staying in a tempo rhythm.
I think they're going for this, trying to get this 49. They put this, threatening this half 100. I think they're confident at this point in time. I don't think they're worrying about the clock because I don't think
they're not.
They don't think Fairfield Central can score on them right now.
No, they want to stay in tempo and rhythm. It looks like.
Yeah, and you 4-0, got to be 5-0 going to the region play. You want to keep it clicking. Why not? This time, that could have been a pick. That was a dangerous pass, Joe.
Very dangerous and a tough collision over there too.
Yeah, caught by Wicker. Marion Wicker was a Fairfield Central player.
Walker. Yeah, you don't want to see that if you're Fairfield Central. He's been the most explosive, exciting player on the field for the Griffins tonight, and we hope that's not serious. But he was involved in that collision over there.
Yeah, they're sending players to the sideline. Officials timeout now. They're going to see about him. He seems to be in a lot of pain over there. His teammates surrounded him.
I hope that's not serious. What a fun player to watch. Yes. Great athlete.
Yeah, he's definitely been high value entertainment in this ball game. Electric. He's up, I believe. He's up. No, is that him getting up over there? I believe it is. Yeah, he's up, limping to the sideline. He's going to be okay. They're just using this as a free timeout, it looks like now. Both teams huddling up.
Got the glasses on it over there to see.
Yeah, folks in the stands, right? You see the Griffins fans traveled. Is that 321? I think 321 connects these two, don't they?
Well, 213 from Winsboro and 34.
Oh, 34
connects from Winsboro.
Newberry to Fairfield.
213. Well, then you cut over 219 to come straight into Newberry from there. But
Joe Cashin with your traffic report.
I've traveled Ridgeway to Winsboro to 26 to over here to Newberry. I couldn't tell you how many times.
I know that's right. You sound like you know it for sure.
A little bit.
Third, and this could be a passing down, and you know what? It's not going to matter. I think they didn't flag it. Somebody was in the neutral zone, in the corner trying to get it to House, and misconnected. But it looked like somebody jumped in that neutral zone right prior to the snap, but no flag. 10:07 in the fourth. And we'll see what they come up with right here. Fourth down, and they are going to kick it. Eric Rubio's in the ball game. Joe, do some ciphering, Joe. Give me some math. That's like a 31-yard field goal.
31 yards.
31. Look at me.
Yeah,
naught plus naught equal double naught.
You got it.
31 yard. Ciphering. It's going to be high school. For high school, that's pretty good now. That's
16th play of this drive, Stacy.
Let's see if they can cap it off with 3. High snap. Got it down, though. And it is right in your living room, folks. Hands to the sky. Eric Rubio, the junior kicker, makes it 45-21. Newberry. Stay with us, FNR High School Football Game of the Week. Welcome back, folks. 45-21, Newberry, the Bulldogs in command over Fairfield Central. Just added 3 on to an already one-sided score. And, of course, I want to tell you about our good friends, Adkins Law Firm, folks. Adkins Law Firm brings you our player of the game each and every week. In the fourth quarter, we'll talk about that player of the game. If you're looking for a workers' comp attorney, remember, who you hire matters. Adkins Law Firm. That said, Joe, we guess we're about get close to halfway to our season. It's been a good one thus far. We've had some really good games. This one's gotten away a little bit in the second half, but great job by our crew each and every week. We're going to give them some love here in a little bit. Next week, we mentioned we'll be in Camden. And shout out to all those who tune in and watch us every week. We get a lot of positive feedback. Thank y'all for tuning in. And, of course, thanks Sonic for making it happen.
Absolutely.
Kicking off left to right, Will Look Where Opportunity School kickoff. Rubio with a squib. Fairfield Central receiving at the 10-yard line. Will Look Where Opportunity School kickoff. Not a lot happening down at the 25-yard line, folks. Let's thank some of our outstanding crew. Our technical director, Mike Weinmiller. Our manager and producer, Kevin Pasternak. EIC is Tim Brusky. Check that. Audio mixer, Kevin Pasternak. He's doing 2 things, wearing 2 hats. Camera crew, Alexander Kitchens, Taylor Shirley, David DeBold, Tiffany Joyner, Jessica Pasternak. Lead replay, Josu Matillo. Autumn Sherrill, the graphics. Bug box operator, Autumn Sherrill also. Score table, handling the talents and stats. And then Al Johnson on the TOC. TOC in the place to be. 9:54. Left in the ball game. Fairfield Central's got to hurry up if they're going to make something happen. And we have a new quarterback in the game for Fairfield Central, by the way, Joe. That's going to be the guy who's the backup, Kamari Jones, the junior. He's more of the passing quarterback.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So Caden Diggs for the first 3 quarters. He did a good job.
Caleb Johnson made that tackle for Newberry, number 28. Played some running back in the 3rd quarter as well. Not a rush to the line of scrimmage here for Fairfield Central, but we'll see if they go up the air to the air with Kamari Jones, more of a passing quarterback. That's going to be the short pass right there. That's the young man who had the touchdown, Taquarius Shannon, is going to get a first down and a Cameron Heating and Cooling first down for the Griffins.
So with these 2 teams in different classifications, Fairfield Central 2A, Newberry 3A, and both of these teams can be difficult outs in the postseason as we look ahead to late October, early November. I especially like this Newberry team.
Yes.
I mean, these guys are loaded.
They really are.
They've got size, they've got athletes and speed, playmakers. They're going to be tough to handle in 3A.
And we just saw a field goal kicker, too, which in high school is definitely a weapon a lot of schools don't have. Rubio looks to be someone they can utilize. Up the middle, nice strong run, and a violent tackle at the end of that run. 52 with just bad intentions, Isaiah Brown.
He got his money's worth on that.
He did. Isaiah Brown slung down the run. Good run, though. Didn't get the runner. That might have been 2 on that run for Fairfield. So it might have been Douglas.
Yeah, give credit to Fairfield tonight, too. I mean, Newberry came in, I believe most observers favored to win this game, but Fairfield battled them even terms for almost an entire half of football, but Newberry just a little too much here tonight.
Absolutely. Going out to 17 here on the Josiah Siebels. Did a good job. That could be a borderline penalty. A little much after the play, but going to be another first down for Fairfield Central. Good catch and run. Let's get out to the sidelines with Claire Foley. What's going on, Miss Claire?
Guys, Friday night football is a tradition all across the country, but for Fairfield Central, their Friday rituals start first thing in the morning. Every week, the team does what they call Fist Bump Friday, where they go to local elementary schools and welcome kids during morning drop-off with fist bumps. Head coach Demetrius Davis says these young kids get excited to see them out bright and early on Friday mornings, and his players like to be role models and say it's a full circle moment because they remember being their age, seeing guys come and give them fist bumps in the mornings.
Good stuff in South Carolina high school football. I grew up in Chesterfield, small town. The high school football players were my heroes. They were some of my first heroes, man. And it meant a lot when they would acknowledge me at all. And that means a lot. You have no idea what that means to kids. And that was Kate Diggs, by the way, who got the flanker, the little shovel pass. Kate Diggs is in as receiver now, by the way, on that side. But, Joe, you're from Camden. You know how it is. You people look up. You go up looking for those athletes.
I just love to hear a story like that because, like you just said, Stacy, mine was the same way.
Oh, almost caught, broken up inside the 10. They went for it, and Chandler couldn't bring it down. It was nicely defended by Cordell Jackson. But, yeah, that's what South Carolina high school football is all about.
When I was a kid, I looked up to the Camden High School football players. Look forward to a night at Zimp Stadium. They came around with their jerseys on. Just loved to see a great pass breakup right there. But those guys that played football, you looked up to.
Absolutely,
them. You never forgot them.
Those are my first heroes. Like I said, I was like, I want to be those guys. So my dreams really were to just be a Chesterfield athlete. And got that done. I guess I should have dreamed a little further to college, but I accomplished the high school part. Flanker screen set up. That's Shannon again dancing on the sideline, and he's going to be close to a first down. He got hit hard over there. It's excitement. 46, that's a guy who just know he laid some wood right there, jumping up right there. That was a big hit. They don't care about the score. He's going to talk about that hit.
Yeah, he'll get to see that again. Yeah. Sophomore, Caden Goff.
Another young player. I mean, they got some good youngins on both these teams, Joe. Yeah, Goff laid a nice pop over in that sideline. Was there a flag over there? Because I see a lot of discussion. Looks like another first down, though. Cameron Heating and Cooley first down, but there's a lot of conversation between our white hat and another official. I didn't see a flag, but they definitely stopped play to discuss something. Okay, nothing to see here. Please move along. Ball's at the 33-yard line of Newberry. Rolling clock, 7:15. Kamari Jones is going to keep it. That's what Caden Diggs did well the first half. He's going to bounce it outside. That's going to be another first down, Fairfield Central. He got about 11 on that play, Joe. Cameron Heating and Cooling first down, and he's going to be right at the Jim Hudson red zone, just outside of it.
Fairfield's not going to go quietly. They're going to keep pounding this football and try to get some more points on the board before this thing is over.
Into that good night? They're not going quietly into that good night?
Not quietly.
We'll be saying good night for sure in 7 minutes.
And again, both teams will have one more matchup before they get into their respective conference.
Going up to the corner of the end zone. A lot of hand fighting over there. That's going to be a flag. They were locked up on that right sideline, the DB and the receiver, and they're going to flag that. Shannon looking frustrated.
Next week, Newberry will be at Saluda. And then Fairfield Central, they will be home to Andrew Jackson.
Okay.
Pass interference on the defense. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down.
Man, laid back with the call.
He's laid back in his Stacy.
Take his time. You're not rushing him either. His own time. And that's right there, too. You saw, too, with the little extra grab there. A little too much over there. And that's going to be Kilmarion Davis, another junior, another underclassman. So, balls inside the 8-yard line. And like a little end-around give that time to, man, Hoops had a busy night now. He's been affected in the offense a lot. They used Josiah Siebels, only another sophomore. They let him touch the ball quite a bit in this offense.
And we talked about some of the great coaches that have coached here at Newberry. You talk about Fairfield Central. That came online in '86. Talk about guys like Dr. Jerry Brown. How about old Buddy Pugh, Tony Felder? Those guys both won state championships. Charlie Mack.
Yeah.
You know, Reggie Kennedy, those guys. Yeah. I mean, a great line of coaches at Fairfield through the years. And
agreed.
Of course, now Demetrius Davis has been
in that same lineage. But Macaluso, Felder, and Pugh all won. I think they won championships, or 2 of them did.
Yeah.
They won 96 and 97.
96 and 97.
Yeah, so it might have been.
And I think one was with Pugh and the other with Felder.
Yeah. So Macaluso didn't get one. I think they got upset. The year Macaluso thought they was going to win when they got upset, I think.
Probably should have won one.
Probably should. That team was loaded in the mid-90s, man.
Yes, they were.
Oh, my goodness. It was a rock show up there.
E.K. McClendon Stadium was the place to be.
Absolutely.
It still is on a Friday night.
Absolutely. The town rolls out. And, again, we caught them on homecoming last year. That was a good night for them. We're going to step away during this timeout. Joe, under 6 to play. 45-21. Newberry in control on the FNR Game of the Week.
We pickled everything, Sam. The big deal meal. A Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
A smile cam, sights and sounds of the game. Joy Law Firm, just called Joy. Smells like teen spirit. And you see the grown and youngins having a good time on a Friday night in Newberry, South Cac. Hard off I-26. Beautiful night, folks. Not too hot, not too cool. And if you're from Newberry, you're really excited because they have a comfortable win over the rivals Fairfield Central and will now roll to 5-0 unless a miracle finish happens here. This would be a biblical type miracle right now. If Fairfield Central to come back now, Joe Cashin.
Yes, it would be.
And if you look at the lineup right now, they're trying to get in there. If you get in here, of course, I think you go for 2. They score from the position right here. They bounce it outside. That's going to be an easy walk-in after staying determined. Great toughness shown that time by the young man, Derek Cameron, the senior, his second touchdown of the ball game for Fairfield Central. Strike up the Griffin fight song.
That's right, Cameron scored in the first quarter from 3 yards out, and he does so again right here late in the ball game. You see Cameron. He just takes a handoff, runs into resistance, doesn't go down at first contact, bounces it to the perimeter, and dances into the end zone.
Trying to make a bad punt with the name Cameron, but it's not even that kind of night. Not even going to do it. That got over. That ball might have been blocked. Might have been a hand on it. And got over. Wow. Oh, man. 28-45. That looks a little better. Onside kick here, Joe?
Absolutely. No question.
Absolutely. That's the young man, 24. Playing hard to the end. Did not go down.
Cedric Jeter's got to put his hands team out there and says, you know, the only way they can get back into this thing is by recovering an onside kick. You see it right there again. Cameron, like his running style, he runs hard. You know, good hard runner. He's able to put that ball in the end zone.
He put he held up 2 fingers right there.
Yeah.
I get it. It's a loss. You don't want people celebrating. But if you're a junior and you know you may have be part of the future of this program, that's the build on right there. He's a young man. If he has to step up, he knows he can get it done against good teams. So let him be excited. Will Newberry Opportunity School kickoff coming up right to left. Fairfield Central white tops, black and gold trousers, gold hats. Newberry with the navy blue. You're right, they have the hand. They have some hands. Say Jameer Crooks on that front line right there. That's the hands team.
They got 10 guys up there.
Waiting on that onside kick. Will Newberry Opportunity School, 100 years helping students with a better future.
And if you're Fairfield and you recover this thing, then things get a little bit more interesting.
Oh, yeah. I'll set up my seat a little bit. We root for close games. It's got to go 10 yards. It's not going to go 10 yards. That's the problem. Hey, it was touched. That's Fairfield Central football. That was touched by a Newberry player, ill-advised.
I have no clue why did you go try to recover that?
No, there's no reason for it.
Don't have to do that.
And Walker gets it. And coaches saw them down. He said, "Okay, he's good." But there's nothing to say to the official right there because that was a mistake.
That's a mental error that will be looked at in film, and that'll be something that you
got to know the rules of the sport. The ball has to go 10 yards. It was never going 10 yards. So you don't have to touch it if you do, but you can leave it alone. He panicked right here, just in case 15 goes up and touches it. Didn't have to touch it, and when he touches it right there, it becomes a live ball, and that's perfect for Trey Walker.
I think he may have had. I think he thought he could scoop that thing and go. That's what I think.
And I get that. And, and I understand that he would have been playmaker, but not necessary.
But still, you got to know that you don't have to mess with that ball at all.
They score here, and he going for it right there. He is wide. He was behind everyone. He underthrew it. He's still going to catch it. It's going to be a touchdown. Taquarius Shannon. It's the age of Taquarius. Touchdown 19. Strike up the Fairfield Central fights on, folks. And guess what? It's getting a little interesting here down the stretch.
It's getting a lot interesting, Stacy. I mean, that's just, again, the mental mistake there by Newberry to try to recover that onside kick. You didn't have to do anything with it. Pressure almost gets here, but you see it back here. Kamari Jones just does get that ball. I'm not so sure that he got everything on it.
That's why I was at the throne.
Well, there's Shannon up there. He missed one earlier that I thought he could have caught for a touchdown, but this one he didn't.
He loves our cameras. He had a big highlight reel catch last year. And this year, did he miss that? He missed the extra point, Joe. It's 11. It wouldn't have mattered. It's still a two-score game. It is a two-score game, though, Joe. And that's interesting. Wow. Another onside kick coming. You're going to test Newberry. See how you're going to get nervous now about onside kicks?
I think if you're Newberry, you got to be a little more tense than what you were about 45 seconds ago to a minute. You see it again right here from the end zone.
That's why I was underthrown. He got hit.
He gets hit right as the ball is thrown. And if you're Newberry, the one thing you can't let happen in this situation is get beaten deep. I mean, drop some guys back. Just don't get hit over the top of something big. And Fairfield hit him with something over the top or something big. And Stacy, 5:41 to go, 11 points. We got ourselves a ball game.
We got a ball game. And Joe, they did two things on back-to-back plays that we said you can't do. You can't touch the onside kick if you ain't go 10 yards. You can't do that, but they did it. You can't get beat deep, and they did that. So if I'm doggone right for Demetrius Davis, I'm going to say, you know what? I see a nerve spot. I'm going to keep pressing that. I'm going to onside kick you to sleep.
It's about stealing possessions. They just stole one. Can they steal another?
And you know what? The young man who touched that ball, guess who's not out there?
You hate it for the young man, but I mean that was a critical mistake.
It was. He's not out there, so a lesson learned. And you gotta go for it. With 5 for the 1, you can almost kick it away, but I wouldn't risk that.
You need 11 points, and you still have 3 timeouts in the pocket. I'd do this again. See if they mess it up again.
Yeah, they're gonna.
But they are going to
kick it away. And it's gonna be a penalty, offsides. You might as well. Tried to squib. They won't try to get 3 and out, get a 3 and out, get the ball.
Offsides on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Re-kick.
Demetrius Davis has forgotten more football than I'll ever know. Out of onside kick.
I do too.
So I can't, he knows what. But again, I understand his strategy too. You pin him down, get the ball. Shannon ain't bad. Two for 98. And
both of those productive catches.
Yes, and again, a third catch that was a national highlight level catch last year. He loves the Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week cameras, and he has another year for. He's only a junior, so maybe I don't know if they're on the schedule next year or not. But if we have him on camera next year, I guess he's going to deliver again. Yeah, he is an all-American with our cameras in the building.
And he had a shot at another one, too, that I thought he should have caught.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Right near the sideline. Yeah, they're gonna kick it. They're gonna squib kick it, and nobody's over there, Joe. Nope. They got to get on that ball. That ball was bouncing. That ball bounced too many times for a kickoff, man. I'm not comfortable. That was Kenton Caldwell, the kick returner. That was all. The whole hands team was out there.
And we're going to see if this is going to work out for Fairfield Central or not. I mean, you need 2 possessions, and you can only have 5.5 minutes. They still have 3 timeouts in the pocket, but one or 2 first downs is going to make this really dicey.
What that strategy does, Joe, he's saying his defense can get 3 and out. That's all. You have to get 3 and out right there.
You hadn't done it much all night, though, Stacy. I mean, I'm just saying, one man's opinion.
I agree with you. I'm saying, but that's what that gamble does, and he's showing confidence in his defense. Thinking they're going to be conservative, and they are, but this man here has been a problem all night, and there he goes. That is going to be right at a first down. It's a penalty in the end, which could be a face mask. Abrams right at the marker.
We've had
That's a player down for Fairfield Central. Joe, sorry to interrupt you. That's Douglas McLeod Jr. down after that play.
We've had a bit of a discussion in our off time tonight in our breaks as to who the MVP, who the player of the game might be. I'll tell you this: Newberry does hold on to win this game. I mean, mine would go with Ty Abrams. Yeah. And I thought for a split second he was going to pop that one. I thought he had a seam there. I thought, Stacy, as I watched that play develop, that this could go.
I used this phrase in the first half about digs and those runs up the middle. You got to be real intentional about tackling. You got to be serious about. You can't halfway. You got to be really committed. Abrams, that kind of kid. You can't assume he's going to go down and be like a days ago. You got to bring all your pads, all your weight, and concentrate on getting that kid down because he has great balance, great footwork, and we've seen the speed. I think he has a big future as a tailback. Only a 10th grader, number 7 in blue. Let's see what this call is. The referees have had a lot of time to talk.
I think you're right, Stacy. This will go against Fairfield. I think this is face mask.
Yeah, because it was late in the play. I don't think it was no offensive players over there, so I figured it had to be that. Here's your play.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. 15 yards from the end of the run.
And that's the big joker. That really means he used the face mask to make the tackle, though. It wasn't a graze. It wasn't an inadvertent.
You got your money's worth, Stacy.
Face mask is used to help and aid in the tackle.
Yeah.
And that's that's huge right there. Field position. You talk about now that makes the kicking off, but that's not it's not on Coach Davis because he gambled on a clean 3 plays. You can't factor penalties into your coaching.
You know what I'm about to say there, right?
Yeah, but it's been that way all night. This is the way the game is going all night.
It has been the way the game has gone, no question.
Anytime they need a yard, 7 or Caldwell has gashed Fairfield Central. And they're going to go again with Abrams over there, same side. And that was they had a hand on the helmet that time. I don't think they got face masks, but somebody had a hand on his helmet. I think it might have been 12 in on the tackle that time. I remember Owen Wilson, one of the kids in there.
I'll tell you what, the big number 78 for Newberry, he's just a good-looking player out there. Elijah Sanders, he's just a sophomore, but he was out leading in front of that play. And if I see 78 coming my way, I might be headed in the other direction, to be honest with you, because this guy can block.
78 looks like free room and board, doesn't
he? Yeah, he does.
He looks like
he's a good player out there.
Some Saturday activities down the road. He's only a 10th grader, folks. He's big, he can run. 3 wides to the left. 1 below us is Cash Brown. They're going to keep it on the ground. And that man, again, dancing in the hole. He didn't get a lot, but the balance. I'm just impressed with Abrams. You got to call a timeout if you Fairfield Central.
I think so right now. I think you got to work on the clock. I mean, you got to save some time. I mean, we're down to 4 minutes. You got 3 timeouts. You can't take them back to the Winsboro.
And they're behind the sticks now. So
I know. I'm calling timeout.
You need 2 possessions. Takarius Brown is a dangerous cat. You can score on 1 play with that kid. You know that, but you don't want to gamble. That's going to get big plays twice in this ball game. Under 4 to play. Got to get off the field right here. 3rd and about 8. And they're going to go to the air. Caldwell confident. Throw it to Crooks. And guess what? That's going to be the case. That may be setting up benediction time right there.
Stacey, they're not going to see the ball again. I mean, you had to onside that ball. I mean, you had to onside that kick. You just had to. Every time you need a first down, you just call it.
Yep.
You know, you go to Jameer Crooks. One of our pregame keys was to get the ball in the hands of guys who make plays. Crooks has made them this entire second half. They needed 8 yards to pick up a first down right there, and they got it.
He got 10. Camera heating and cooling first down. Again, Joe, you're right. I mean, so get us a gamble at some point with at 45-34, but ball's at the 42-yard line. And we'll see how the timeouts run after this play here. Maybe to get a stop right here, you got to see a timeout after this first play. And then, listen, they're lucky not to get a touchdown. He had one man to stop him from banging his head on the goalpost.
And that man was Dre Walker.
He's been all over the field. He made the last tackle on the former play. Walker's played on both sides of the ball. He is an Iron Man for Fairfield Central. They need to keep him. He went off the field hurt earlier, remember? Banged up.
He did, but back out there he is. He saved that touchdown right there.
Yeah, for Fairfield Central, you're right. They probably won't see the football again this game.
No, they won't.
.229, 2nd and 1. Another first down definitely ices it. And there it is right there. Ken Caldwell needed 1, got about 7. Ball inside the 30-yard line, make it to 28.
Cedric Jeter won't be happy with the kind of the sequence here towards the end of the game with the onside kick mess up and then the big touchdown pass. But it looks like they're gonna avoid something shocking happen here in the last few minutes of this game and get out of here. He'll be happy with the win, no question.
Without a doubt, 5-0 is 5-0. That's one thing better than 4-0. It's 5-0. And that
well
was
said.
Cabinet heating and cooling first down right there. Ball's at the 28, and they're in no hurry. And no time. And Fairfield Central calling no timeouts either. And why would you? Now, after that first down stop, are they calling one? Coach Davis walks up to the official. He calls it right there. Fairfield Central timeout. Another talk about Owen Wilson. He's been active in this drive. .45-34. Unless something definitely dramatic happens, that's how it's going to pretty much end here. Fairfield Central has 2 more timeouts. But even with 2 more timeouts, you're looking at Newberry with at least 3 more plays. If they don't get a first down, they can run here. Play clock is at 25, so they stop it twice more. The third play they run, Joe, the clock will run down and we'll be well within a minute with very little time on the clock if and when Fairfield Central gets the ball back. Again, miracles happen, but you score twice with they'll have about 30 seconds on the clock when they get it back. If that.
So you're looking at second down here. Second down with 2 timeouts. You can call one after second down. You can call one after third down. So theoretically, maybe a minute 20 on 4th down. Newberry would still have the ball. Would they, try a field goal? Would they try to just, kneel it? And this all, of course, is assuming they don't pick up a first down. First down ends the game, but they might. If Fairfield's lucky, they might get the ball back with a little more than a minute to go. But still, they're going to have to go to the field and figure out a way to score twice. And again, you go back to the decision not to onside the second time. So, and there's no guarantee that it picked it up. But I mean,
no,
I think you had to try it, at least give it a shot.
Yeah, I thought they might have done that, but I think it was gambling on the 3 and out, which again have been few and far between. And this guy right here, 7, is going to seal the deal right there with that run. That's a big run inside the Jim Hudson red zone, and that will wrap it up right there. That's the ball game.
That's your ball game.
Yeah, they won't have to. A timeout's going to be when the clock stops with the setting of the sticks right here, but when it starts running again, if you're Fairfield Central, you can't call one now. It's running. You got to make them run another play, and they won't snap it until a minute and 5 left probably. So that's
well, I mean, you could call one, but then on 2nd and 3rd down, you can't stop it.
Right.
So I mean, but like you say, they're not going to do it here.
No. Jim Hudson Automotive Group Red Zone. Shout out to them. They're our sponsor for that. Experience it once and you'll never forget. And they going in. They in the victory formation right now.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see Fairfield stop it.
That last first down sealed the deal. Abrams, we don't have his numbers unofficial. This kid got to be somewhere close to 200 yards in this ball game.
I would say 200 plus.
Yeah, 2 bills. Again, sophomore running back, folks. And not just because, I knew a person that wore number 7 as a jersey number in high school, but wasn't any good at football. That's me. But I love to see that 7 out there. That's a biblical number and all that good stuff. So I love to see the 7s. Newberry is starting to celebrate, folks. And, well, they should. They took over the ball game from mid-second quarter through the tape. 5-0. It's going to be a buzz up here.
Yeah, like I said, they're going to be hard to handle. Yeah. They keep their key guys intact and get to the postseason, they will be a force in the 3A playoffs.
Absolutely. They do have a lot of boxes checked that you want to see. And a championship caliber, a team definitely built for a deep playoff run. So you've seen it, Newberry 45, Fairfield Central 34. We watch this handshake line, and we'll be back with some post-game awards and conversation after this FNR Game of the Week.
Stay safe, alert, and informed with a Skywatch weather team. AMS certified Chief Meteorologist Taylor Knust.
We have a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Saluda County.
And meteorologist Clara Faith.
We're getting back to that time of year across the Midlands when humidity will start to climb.
Bring you local first weather updates on air and online on Watch Fox News.
Texas Tech takes on Utah. It's Big Noon Saturday and on Fox.
Friday Night Rivals trophies and awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophy since 1976.
When your comfort is at risk, who do you call?
At Kamener Heating and Cooling, we'll never sell you something you don't need. You get clear options, transparent pricing with our straightforward pricing guide, and the final choice is always yours.
No pressure, no sales gimmicks, just honest answers.
Need better sleep tonight? Michaelis Mattress can get you on the bed of your dreams today. Michaelis Mattress has been helping people across the Midlands find the right bed for the right price for more than 35 years. We care about your quality of sleep, so you can trust us to put you on the best mattress for your specific needs. Get huge savings on popular brands like Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and Tempur-Pedic. Plus, get up to 60-month special financing. From something for the kiddos to something for your master suite, we have you covered with a huge selection. Michaelis Mattress. Buy it today. Sleep better tonight.
Friday Night Rivals trophies and awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophy since 1976.
Welcome back, folks. We're in the aftermath. Newberry at home winning convincingly 45-34 over Fairfield Central. And let's take a look at tonight's school bus stop of the game, folks. Always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Not stopping or trying to beat the stop arm puts lives at risk and can result in large fines, points on your license, and license suspension.
This is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Joe, let's talk about this stop of the game. When was it?
Well, it was in the first half. You see the sack fumble right there that Sin is able to get in there. Ball is loose on the ground, and you had Sin get in there. He was our players to watch. Ball game, player of the before the game started, you see it right here. He's watching the quarterback, and he just gets in there and they will recover that fumble. That set up a short touchdown for Newberry, which really helped them kind of blow this game open.
This is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Yeah, that was dramatic. You got a good look at that. That was very nice to see that time. And if you're Newberry, it was a great sight. Of course, we got to tell you about our Atkins Law Firm player of the game as well, Joe.
So our player of the game, Kenton Caldwell for Newberry. 3 touchdowns on the ground tonight, 4 total. He had a passing touchdown, 15 of 21 in the air, 349 total yards. You see him with his legs right here, just picking them up, putting them down with a good cut right there.
Yes.
Kenton Caldwell, our player of the game, had an outstanding night for these Newberry Bulldogs, who now go to 5-0 on the season. He plows into the end zone once again right there. Great night for the young man, Kenton Caldwell.
A true dual threat quarterback. Every time his team needed a play, Joe, he made the play. Brought to you by Atkins Law Firm. Who you hire matters when it comes to workers' comp. Let's go down to the field with Claire Foley and a jubilant bunch of Newberry Bulldogs. Claire.
Coach, y'all were having to chase Fairfield Central to start the game, but every time you had a response. Then you go 24 unanswered points. What was clicking for you guys in that moment?
These guys right here are clicking. They're dialed in. They're focused on what we got going on. That's why we got the win.
You said going into this game that you really needed the defense to come up with big stops. Obviously, 24 unanswered points doesn't come without the stops on defense. What did they do for you tonight?
We got just enough. You know, we locked in and got some fundamental things there right in the second quarter and the third quarter. But we still got a lot to clean up, but I'm proud of the way they played.
You told me this week that the most special thing about this team is their camaraderie. How did you see that in play tonight?
Well, you see it right now, and you see it in the locker room every day, so it's something that you see all the time. But tonight they did a very good job of just not folding when things got tough.
And I think we're about to see it right here, because as I present our next Sonic Friday Night Rival winners, the Newberry Bulldogs.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Coach Jeter. Congratulations to the Newberry Bulldogs. Coach Jeter told me on the phone this week that the standard is the standard here at Newberry, and 5-0 is holding up the standard early this season. Let's thank our sponsors for tonight's ball game, and each and every week, Sonic, our title sponsors, and then Stewart Law Offices, South Carolina National Guard, MUSC Health, Cameron Heating and Air, Atkins Law Firm, USC Sumter, also Jim Hudson Automotive, Michaelis Mattress, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Joy Law Firm, Lexington Medical Center, Will Luke Ray Opportunity School, and Northeast Trophies and Awards. For Claire Foley, doing a great job on the sidelines. From our broadcast partner, Joe Cash, and I'm Stacey Huff. Said thanks for watching tonight. We'll see you next week when Dreer visits Camden on our airwaves Friday, September 26th on the Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week. Folks, have a great sports week until then, and we'll see you next week on the FNR Game of the Week. Good night, everybody.
What does MUS